Buzz 33, scratch made, food for all. Gulf States Toyota. Places. Baylor Scott and White, the official hospital and healthcare system of Baylor Athletics. Your healthcare, your way. Premier ER and urgent care. Feel better now. Rudy's Barbecue, the home of real Texas barbecue. Coming up, we'll break down today's game, check scores, and take you inside Baylor baseball. And now, let's go live to the booth with Derek Smith.
Well, there are 54 games in the 2026 Baylor baseball regular season. We've played 51 of them. And the final three-game set of the regular season begins tonight as the Bears close out the regular season with the first of three against the Utah Utes this evening. It's Baylor's first ever visit to Salt Lake City against their young Big 12 conference foe. Baylor 2-2 all time against the Utes, but the first time ever to visit here to their campus at the University of Utah. Good evening, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us. Alongside Tom Barfield, I am Derek Smith, and it's about starting strong and closing strong this weekend. The Bears need to start the series strong. Lucas Davenport on the hill tonight against Connor McAnally. The two aces from both staffs trying to get their team off to a winning start. Davenport has done that more often than not this year. Baylor is 8-3 in his starts. So you want to finish strong tonight and then close out the regular season strong, Tom. And that's what you can do this weekend as you take on a Ute ball club that has had a similar season to the Bears, albeit without playing as tough a schedule.
Yeah, in fact, they're just one game back of the Bears in the Big 12 standings. So you want to, A, stay ahead of the Utes in the standings. So that means you got to win the series, take 2 out of 3. And Derek, you're also trying to put yourself in a position where you're not going to have to play on Tuesday. So how do you do that? Well, you win the series and maybe win all 3 if you can. But you also need a little help from the Kansas Jayhawks, who are down the road in Provo taking on the BYU Cougars. You need the Kansas Jayhawks to take care of their business as well and pass BYU in the standings and take that 8th position. You get that 8th position, then you don't play until Wednesday.
Yeah, you get that bye, which would be nice for this Baylor team. Again, as Tom alluded, Baylor is a game ahead of Utah. Baylor, the number 9 seed at the moment, a game behind BYU. And the Bears have the tiebreaker, so they don't have to pass BYU.
No.
They would only have to tie them, and they can do that if they win one more game this weekend than the Utah Utes. Well, it's a beautiful night here at Utah's brand new ballpark. It opened this season, America First Ballpark on the edge of the University of Utah campus with a beautiful view of the Wasatch Mountains. Nice ballpark they have, very intimate. Seats about 1,200 in the stands that can expand to 3,000 overall, but it'll be an intimate environment with the fans who are here right up on top of the park tonight. Tom, and it's a great ballpark they have. Excited to see the Bears take the field for the first time here.
It is. The setting is gorgeous, just like it is in Provo. I mean, you got the mountains in the background, but this is a all-field turf surface, including the mound. And you're right, the fans are going to be right on top of you. And I mean, literally, there's a couple of rows, literally, that are on top, nearly on top of the dugout along the first base and third base lines. It is a beautiful ballpark. I love the way that they've put this together. And I think, Derek, as their program builds, that they're going to have an opportunity to add on to the ballpark. Relatively easy to do. And I think that's probably the way they constructed the ballpark as they get it ready for this first year. And, man, you're right, it is gorgeous here. The ballpark's gorgeous. The weather is gorgeous as well.
No clouds from this vantage point. 71 degrees our temperature. We're going to have pleasant weather. At least the forecast says we will throughout the weekend. We're about 15 minutes away from the start of this one. Baylor and Utah, of course, this final series of the regular season is moved up a day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, to give pitching staffs an extra day to adjust to next week's Big 12 tournament in Surprise, Arizona. The Bears already know they're in the Big 12 tournament. The question is, what will be the seed? The results of tonight and the next 2 days will go a long way towards determining if the Bears are the 8, 9, or 10 seed. Coming up here in just a few minutes, we'll hear Tom's pregame conversation with Bears head coach Mitch Thompson. We'll give you a look at the starting lineups and get you ready for this one as Baylor is in Salt Lake City to take on Utah tonight here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
there, campers. It's Jan from Toyota. Time to pack your bags and buckle your seatbelts because this summer we're headed to Camp Toyota. And the fun starts now. We're kicking things off by kicking up mud. Jump in, campers. We're going off-roading in a powerful new 4Runner. Next, we're heading to the hot springs in a spacious Sequoia.
Jan, what is that smell?
Sulfur stinks. Now we're hitting the hiking trails in a rugged Grand Highlander. And finally, park your Tundras and Tacomas around the campfire because we're roasting marshmallows. Don't worry if you burn a few, folks. I brought a truckload. Your summer starts here.
Right now, qualified buyers get 2.99% APR financing for 72 months, plus $1,000 subvention cash on a new 2026 Tundra. Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Event ends June 1st. Toyota, let's go places.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Back here at America First Ballpark on the campus of the University of Utah, Baylor and the Utes tonight coming up at 6:05. Well, our starting lineups have been turned in. We'll give them to you now when it comes to sports medicine and orthopedics. Baylor's Scott and White Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics brings the home team advantage to Central Texas. First for the home team tonight, the Utes of Utah wearing their home white uniforms with red letters and numerals, black trim. They are 25-22, 11-16 in Big 12 play, a game behind the Bears at the moment as the 10 seed. Their lineup looks like this. Luke Jacobs, the right fielder, leads it off. Jacobs has some pop, 8 homers and 37 RBIs. But their leading hitter all the way around, average and power, bats second. And that is Luke Jacobs, the junior left fielder, a .363 batting average. That's just 3 points off the pace on the team. But then far and away a team high in homers and RBIs with 11 and 55, respectively. The third baseman bats third. That's Daniel Arambula. He is in the 3-hole. Followed by the cleanup man, first baseman Cameron Gurney, a .357 hitter, second on the team with 46 runs batted in. The second baseman bats fifth. That's freshman Cal Miller. Followed by junior center fielder Jet Gilliam in the 6-hole. Lower third of the order, shortstop Matt Flaherty bats seventh. The number 8 hitter is the DH, freshman Blake Eckerly. And then Jack Cleveno rounds out the lineup. The catcher bats ninth. Their pitcher is Coulter McAnally. McAnally was a first-team All-Big 12 performer last year for the Utes, but he struggled this season, a 2-7 record, a 6.64 earned run average. Now the starting lineup for the Bears. They are wearing green jerseys, gold letters and numerals, white trim, white numerals on the uniform, and white letters, last names on the back. Baylor is 26-25 overall, 12-15, the 9 seed at the moment in Big 12 play, and the lineup is as follows. Travis Sanders leads it off, Baylor's leading hitter, the shortstop, a .364 average, 6 homers, 36 RBIs, followed by Baylor's single-season home run king, Tyce Armstrong, the first baseman in the 2-hole, a .333 average. He hit his 22nd homer in the Sunday win over UCF, a single-season program record. He is at 60 runs batted in. The 3-hole hitter is Brady Janusek, freshman right fielder, tied Max Muncy for the Baylor freshman home run record in a single season. His next one will give him the record outright. He's at 11 homers and 41 RBIs. Dylan Perez bats in the cleanup spot in left field, hits in 7 of his last 8 games, followed by redshirt freshman Hunter Snow, the DH. Ty Johnson bats 6th in center field, followed by Braden Buchanan. Buchanan, the 7-hole hitter, hit his first home run as a Bear in the win on Sunday, and it proved big in extending a Baylor lead. They would eventually win by 1. Pearson Reebok is in the 8-hole at second base, followed by Cole Landcloss, a 7-game on-base streak for the freshman third baseman. And the pitcher is Lucas Davenport, coming off of a rough outing, 7 runs allowed in just 4 innings of work last week against UCF, but he's been good all year long, a 5-3 record, a 4.79 earned run average for Dav. Our starting lineups are brought to you by Baylor Scott and White, Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. From injury prevention to enhanced recovery, team up with us to get back in the game. You know, Tom, the top 3 hitters in the lineup really give you a lot of confidence. You look at what Sanders and Armstrong have done all year. And even with his recent slump, you still have a lot of faith in Brady Janusek and he has showed some signs of busting out of that slump. But the real question is going to be, you expect Davenport to have a good bounce-back game, but this is a Utah team that hits nearly 340 at home, Tom. How can the lower portion of the order set the table for the top portion? I think that's going to be a question. They did that well on Sunday against UCF.
They did, and you like the way Landcloss is going. He's starting to figure things out. And you know what? You give him enough at-bats, and you watch Braden Buchanan get better. I mean, we saw him hit a dinger. You know what? We have 4 home runs on Sunday in that win over UCF. And Braden Buchanan's home run, look, you win by 1. If you don't have it, exactly.
Every one of them mattered.
Absolutely. So, and I want to see, I want to see Braden Buchanan after about 20 ABs, 25 ABs in succession. I mean, his opportunities have been limited, and they have been scattered. I want to see them bunched together and see what he does. And then I want to see Cole Landclaws continue to do things down at the bottom. And then obviously Dylan Perez has done a nice job out in left field. So you're starting to see some of the younger guys kind of figure it out a little bit, Derek. The question is, are we too late in the season for that to get done here with just 3 regular season games remaining than whatever we have in Surprise, Arizona, the Big 12 tournament?
The reality is there's almost no way Baylor makes the NCAA tournament without winning the Big 12 tournament and the automatic bid that comes with it. Hey, you may as well try and win as many as you can here. Maybe try to go for a sweep this weekend and maybe give yourself a chance if you can get over 30 wins. I still think the only realistic way to get there is to sweep through, and I almost feel silly talking about any other option. But if you told me the team would would get over 30 wins, you never know. You never know. Because the RPI, because the strength of schedule, 16th in the nation has been good.
And if that's the case, if you get on a run here, a little heater at the end, your RPI is going to go through the roof. And your strength of schedule is good. They like teams, and it's been proven over the years, the committee likes teams that are hot and playing well at the end of the year. Well, obviously, if you get to 31, then you're playing pretty well at the end of the year. That means you've won five or 6 ball games here at the end of the season. So don't slough it off yet. I mean, is it a challenge? Absolutely. Is it going to be incredibly difficult? Absolutely. But, what's the old saying? So you say there's a chance.
Sure, yeah.
And I think that's the way you have to look at it. And I think that's the way the team in that dugout has to look at it. But they have to start here. It has to begin with the Utah Utes tonight here in Salt Lake City.
Well, down at home plate, head coach Mitch Thompson and Gary Henderson are exchanging lineup cards with the umpire crew. Let's hear from Coach Thompson now.
Coach, you wrap up your regular season with a 3-game set with the Utah Utes, and this is an important series for your club.
Yeah, it's a big one for everybody. It's the last regular season one. We're tied with them. We're all fighting for.
You got 4:40 from now.
Let's go into it with a good feeling and come off a series win and get that done.
You got the win Sunday against UCF. Didn't play Tuesday. Talk a little bit about what that win.
We can just go right into the open if you want.
It was a fight, no question. We had to really battle to get that one done, and I'm really proud of the guys and their resiliency and their effort and competitiveness to get it done.
Yeah.
Against a really good UCF team was playing really well. It just gives you a better.
Of course, we can take a 90-second break and catch that up.
You're scuffling a little bit
somewhere.
So, to get that W gives you a better feeling coming into this weekend for sure.
As you put the
and I assume you want me to just segue right into the break.
So you're looking for momentum here as you head into Surprise.
Yeah, if we can win a couple of these here, then we'll win a series and we'll go in and probably be the 8th seed.
And I've got to run the legal ID too.
A first day bye, and that would be a big deal. I mean, just keep moving up, and we've got a chance. I told the guys, hey, we've got a chance to get to 500 in the league. Let's go win them one at a time. Give it our all every day. Figure out how to win today's game, and if we can win this series and sweep it, then that's how we could maybe finish, and that would be a big step forward for us too. So we got stuff to play for, and we're ready to go with it.
Tice broke the record on Sunday, and Janusek tied the freshman record of Max Muncy on Sunday. And I kind of got the feeling talking to Tice that he wanted that to be a team record, not just a Tice Armstrong record. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, that's the way he's always gone about it all year. year. I mean, he hits the 3 grand slams, and he's directing traffic to his teammates who are getting on base for him, and that's what a smart leader does, and a player does. He diverts the attention off of himself, and he's just done a great job all year. It's been fun watching Janusek continue to develop, and him, breaking that freshman record's a big deal too, and maybe he can, keep adding to it, right? He's tied it now, and maybe he can break that one too, and that'd be a really nice feather in his hat. So good things are happening. Guys are playing hard. Good things are happening. We're competing hard, and that's all you can ask.
Talk a little bit about this ballpark. Relatively new ballpark. We're in Salt Lake, so we're elevated. So talk a little bit about, and it's an all-field turf surface. So talk a little bit about the park and how it might play.
Well, Salt Lake's beautiful. We're right here at the base of the mountains. I mean, the mountains are, you feel like you could throw a baseball up there and hit them, but you can't. It's they're back there a little bit, but they're beautiful. It's a beautiful setting, really nice, well put together, well thought out, quaint ballpark. Ball's going to play. It's going to play small. Thankfully, the wind's not going to blow out all weekend. It's going to play about as big as it can without wind helping one way or the other. But yeah, I think it's an offensive park, and I think if you look at some of the scores that have been played here, so it'll be important for us to score and to keep scoring and try and you're never really out of it, and you never got too many, so just keep going.
Give us a scouting report on the Utes and what you like about their ball club.
Veteran club, good club, well coached. Gary Henderson does a really nice job. His coaches do a good job, and they've got good players. They got probably have about 6 left-handers in the lineup. That's going to be a little bit of a fight for us, because we're more mainly right-handed pitching dominant. They're mainly left-handed hitting dominant. We'll have to make good pitches. We'll have to play good defense. They've got a guy going tonight, Coulter McAnally, that's an all Big 12 type guy, and has been he's been their Friday guy for the last 2 years. So you expect good things out of him. He knows how to pitch. He can change speeds. So he'll give us some fits too. We're going to have to really battle him and get him out of the game. But I like their club, and they've played well all year, just like everybody else. If we're going to win, we better play well, and that's how that goes.
And it starts on the mound, and you're giving the baseball to your Friday night guy in Lucas Davenport.
And Lucas has been good for us, and he's coming off of a
30 seconds
performance last weekend with UCF, so I know he's ready to bounce back, wanting to bounce back, and we'll be expecting to see great things from him.
I did notice that on Saturday, the final 3-game set, your TBA as far as the pitching is concerned. Could you possibly hold Ethan over to Tuesday or Wednesday of next week?
We'll see how these first 2 days go, and we'll see what we need to do. Main thing is we got to go win this series here. If we'll win this one, we'll be in good shape.
All right, Coach, thanks. Have a good time.
Thanks, Tom. See you.
Pre-game comments of Mitch Thompson.
From the Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Studios, this is KRZI Waco, K222DC Waco, K265DV Temple, ESPN Central Texas.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar, the better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Listen to that endless pour. Pure refreshment. If it sounds this good, just imagine how it tastes. Oh yeah, so good. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
This is Baylor Baseball. Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network. Today's game is brought to you by Bubba's 33, Scratch Made, Food for All, Gulf States Toyota, Let's Go Places, Baylor Scott & White, the official hospital and healthcare system of Baylor Athletics. Your healthcare, your way. Premier ER and Urgent Care. Feel better now. Rudy's Barbecue, the home of real Texas barbecue. Get ready. Get ready. The first pitch is just moments away. Now, let's go back to the booth with Derek Smith.
From brand new America First Ballpark on the University of Utah campus in Salt Lake City, we welcome you back to Baylor Baseball. this evening here on the Baylor Sports Media Network as the Bears begin their final series of the regular season. 3 more games before the Big 12 tournament in Surprise, Arizona. Alongside Tom Barfield, I'm Derek Smith here with you in Utah. Van Goodall, our producer, back at our studios in Waco. And we're just about ready to get going here. The Bears and the Utes. Coulter McAnally, the left-handed junior, the right-handed junior, I beg your pardon, is taking over on the mound tonight. He has a 2-7 record, a 6.64 earned run average. He is a player who has been a stalwart for them over the course of his time here in Salt Lake City, but he struggled this year in 12 appearances this season. He has over 62 and a third innings, struck out 63, which is good, but he's walked 28. He's given up almost a hit per inning, and opposing batters are hitting 254 against him. He has allowed 22 extra base hits, which, Tom, we've certainly this year recognized that there's been a couple of players we were really counting on that haven't performed like they're capable, but you always think, well, maybe they're at bat and an appearance away from getting back to it. I think he's that guy for them. He's been great over the course of his time here, but he's just struggled this season. The Bears want to keep those struggles going tonight as Travis Sanders makes his way to the plate.
Well, you notice Gary Henderson continues to pencil him into the Friday night spot. He believes in him.
First inning brought to you by Premier ER and Urgent Care, the official around-the-clock care provider of Baylor Athletics. Travis Sanders steps in the box against McAnally. The big right-hander rocks and fires a check swing and a pitch down. 91-mile-an-hour fastball missing, and this game is underway.
91 with some tilt.
Yeah. Well, he is a big guy coming downhill at opposing hitters, 6'4", 200, out of Cheyenne, Wyoming. The pitch, sliced back foul over the Baylor dugout, and the count even, a ball and a strike. It's 340 down the lines here, and then it's a light oval all the way around from foul pole to foul pole. Symmetrical in that regard, 400 feet to dead center field. Here's the 1-1 to Sanders. It's a breaking ball that stays up high, and the count is 2-1.
Have I mentioned it's a beautiful day?
It is gorgeous.
Golly.
We've got a great view of the Wasatch Mountain front out beyond the outfield wall. Sunny sky, 71 degrees. The pitch, there's a chopper just foul wide of third base. The defensive alignment for Utah looks like this in the outfield. Jake Long in left, Jake Gilliam in center. The right fielder is Luke Jacobs. On the infield, Cameron Gurney at first. Cal Miller, the second baseman. Shortstop is Matt Flaherty. The third baseman, Daniel Arambula. Catcher, Jack Cleveno. And then the pitcher, Coulter McAnally.
Small sample size, Derek, but it sure seems like this field turf surface is spongy. That ball from Sanders was bouncing.
Here's the 2-2. It is low. And the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. A cutter there from McAnally. Yeah, for every visitor here this year, this is new to them. Now the team practiced here last night. The first time playing on this turf. Payoff on the way, and Sanders smokes it up the middle, back into center field. Base hit. Well, 1 at-bat into the ballgame. His hitting streak is now at 10 games. His on-base streak is at 18, and that sets the stage for Tice Armstrong.
Just crazy, isn't it, the way Sanders is going right now? That's his 73rd hit of the year.
So, Tom, only once this entire season has he gone back-to-back games without a hit. I mean, obviously he's on a hitting streak now, but he doesn't even go back-to-back games without getting a hit. Here is Tice Armstrong, the single-season home run king for the Bears. Big right-hander. Awaits the initial offering from McAnally, who cuts it loose, and he paints the inside corner where the cutters strike 1. Well, we'll see if Travis is off to the races. Now, you had a good point earlier, Tom, with your power hitter at the plate. Maybe that does change behind him in the order, I should say, with Tyson the 2-hole. Maybe that changes how often Sanders might run, but we'll see. There's a throw over. They're thinking it. Sanders' next stolen base would move him into a 3-way tie for the number 8 spot in a single season in program history, essentially in the top 10 all time. 0-1 to big Tice Armstrong. McAnally cuts it loose, and that's grounded up the middle. Cut off by the second baseman on a backhand. Steps on the bag awkwardly for the force of Sanders, but won't have a play to first. You have the second baseman and shortstop crisscrossing there, and the second baseman had to field it wide of the bag and then sort of hopscotch over to put his foot on the bag. Cam Miller did so in time to retire Sanders, but Armstrong safe at first without a throw. Here's Brady Janusek, the batter. Janusek, a homer on Sunday, a .282 average, 11 homers and 41 runs batted in. Our umpires today, Ramon Armendariz is the home plate umpire, Jake Uhlenhop at first, Patrick Riley, the second base umpire, and Mike Fichter is at third. Here's Brady Janusek, throw over to first. Oh, they had Tice Armstrong leaning, but the throw one-hopped over there, and Armstrong was able to dive back in ahead of the tag. First inning brought to you by Premier ER and Urgent Care, the official around-the-clock care provider of Baylor Athletics. Here's the pitch to Janusek. Fastball straight over the inner half at 89 miles an hour. The count is 0-1. One out, a runner at first, just underway here in Salt Lake City. Fans continue to make their way into this new ballpark. Not a deep row of seats at all. Breaking ball slices in for a strike, and quickly it's 0-2. Just 7 rows of seats at the deepest park, so everybody is close to the action. Seats 1,200 in the seats, and now there's fans out beyond the wall. There's a chain link that you can see through in the outfield wall, so some fans have set up lawn chairs or blankets out there and are watching from there. Here's the 0-2 pitch. He chased the high fastball. That's a strikeout. Well, the punch-out has been a problem for Janusek during his slump here late in the year, and that's the first strikeout for McAnally tonight.
That is the 70th time that Brady has struck out this season.
If you are wondering, that is the most in program history in a single season. He's also tied Max Muncy, though, for the single-season home run record, so sometimes you take the good with the bad, especially with a young player. 2 outs. Here's Dylan Perez. Breaking ball in the dirt from McAnally starts him off 1 ball and no strikes. Dylan Perez, a .253 average. He's got 9 runs batted in. Left-handed batter against the righter McAnally. Last year in Waco, McAnally allowed just 1 run in 7 innings in securing the only win of the series for the Utes. There's a shot pulled into right center field by Dylan Perez. He's got a base hit. On to third base scampers Tice Armstrong. And the Bears have something brewing with 2 outs there on the corners for Hunter Snow.
That was just a nice piece of hitting. He just sent that one right back where it came from, went up the alley with it, and nice job by Dylan Perez. We talked about Dylan in the pregame about how this kid was really starting to heat up and kind of figure things out. And there's several of the young guys starting to do that, and Dylan obviously did a nice job there. Now you got him on the corners here with 2 outs for Hunter Snow, the designated hitter.
Well, Hunter Snow, batting average this year just 183, but he has hit .310 with 2 outs. Whether that's just coincidence or not, who knows? But he bats here with 2 outs and takes a breaking ball inside. The count is 1-0. Armstrong at third, Perez at first, 2 away. The Bears trying to strike first. McAnally, the Wyoming native, comes set and sends the 1-0 to the plate. Misses high with another breaking ball when it's 2-0.
And he is a .242 hitter with runners in scoring position, so his numbers are better in gamer-type situations.
Well, just a little bloop single into right field would be beneficial for the Bears. Trying to strike first here in the top of the first. The pitch, he chops a foul over by the Baylor dugout. Bounces away to first base coach Zach Dillon. Jim Blair coaching over at third. Got some company over there in the form of Tice Armstrong. Hunter Snow, redshirt freshman, in the left-handed box, ahead in the count, 2-1, trying to extend this top of the first inning and get the Bears on the board. Here's the pitch, up high, 3-1. Well, be selective here right now, McAnally. May try to get yourself out with a freshman. Sometimes you'd expect just a fastball in this situation, but with a guy who has struggled at the plate with the strikeout, perhaps his whole arsenal's available. The kick, the pitch, he does dial up a sinker, and that's fouled off. The count full at 3-2. So over first base, Perez is going to be on the move. And we'll see a payoff pitch to Snow. And fans all the way around the outfield. Not a huge number of fans out beyond the outfield fence, but enough to be meaningful. The payoff pitch is roped into right field, down for a base hit. Armstrong scores easily. On to third base races Perez. Hunter Snow comes through, wrapping a single into right field. The Bears lead 1-0.
And that's, you couldn't have described it any better. Hunter Snow comes through. We talked about it in the pregame. Who in the middle towards the bottom was going to get that key hit for the Bears? You can't just lean on Sanders, Armstrong, and Janusek, right? Who's gonna step up? Well, Hunter Snow, inserted into the lineup as the designated hitter, gets it done for the Bears, and they grab the early 1-0 lead.
Well, they may not be done. They're still on the corners with 2 outs for Ty Johnson, who dropped a pair of bunt singles in Baylor's win on Sunday. First pitch from McAnally to Johnson is in there for a strike. Snow takes off for second base with the steal. The throw not in time. So aggressive there by the Bears. Snow takes off, a little delayed steal, and now they're at second and third with 2 away.
And the Bears just continue to run. That's their 92nd stolen base. And I don't know how much stock you put into BP batting practice, but I was watching Ty Johnson today take BP, and he was just spraying balls to the opposite field. And I mean, he looked good doing it.
Here's the pitch up high, and the count now 1-1. Second and third and 2 away. A base hit would extend Baylor's, could bring home a pair here. Extend the Baylor lead early.
And that's what you want to do. You want to pile on if you get the opportunity.
1-1. McAnally's pitch is in the turf. Barely stopped by Jack Cleveno, the catcher. He just did keep that in front of him, and it's 2-1.
Not a ton of room between home plate and the backstop, but I guarantee you the Bears would have taken that opportunity to try.
Perez with a lead at third. Snow at second, and the 2-1 pitch to Ty Johnson clips the outside corner. Fastball evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out here in the top of the first inning. It's been a productive start for the Bears here in this series opener on a Thursday night. McAnally with the kick and the 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. That's a strikeout. Ty Johnson chased the high fastball, and the side is retired. But the Bears strike first. They get a run on 3 hits, 2 left. And at the end of a half inning, our score, Baylor 1, Utah coming to the plate after this here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Serving Texas since 2007, Magnolia Realty is a full-service brokerage led by expert industry knowledge and a commitment to community. With kindness and integrity at the forefront, every agent is equipped to help you navigate the market.
Can I do 90 seconds here?
Whether buying or selling, feel supported with an award-winning agent at your side from first offer to contract and close. Magnolia Realty serves cities including Waco, Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, Temple. Learn more at magnoliarealty.com.
If you need a trailer, Flat Rock Trailers has got you covered. From light-duty single-axle utility trailers to the Big Tex tandem duals. We also carry a full line of enclosed cargo trailers. Need a motorcycle trailer? We've got them. Need a dump trailer? We've got the largest selection in the state. Oilfield trailers? We carry a full line of Big Tex trailers to handle all your needs. Trailer repairs? We repair all makes and models. We'll even rent you a trailer if you need to use one for a day. Flat Rock Trailers, your #1 source for all your trailer needs. Find us at flatrocktrailers.com.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar, the better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Listen to that endless pour. Pure refreshment. If it sounds this good, just imagine how it tastes. Oh yeah, so good. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Lucas Davenport out on the mound for the Bears. He is making an appearance once again to open up a series. It will be start number 12 on the year for Davenport. Baylor is 8-3 on the year in his prior 11 starts. His record 5-3 with a 4.79 earned run average, 68 strikeouts, 14 walks, and just over 56 innings. Tom, eager to see him have a bounce back. Last week was just not his best outing, and that was coming off of his best outing as a Bear, the complete game win against Texas Tech. But he struggled last week against a good UCF team. Let's see if he can bounce back and turn true to form once again tonight.
Yeah, he only threw 83 pitches last week. I suspect Lucas Davenport is going to be really, really good tonight.
He's going to go to work on the leadoff man, Luke Jacobs. And the first pitch is a fastball down and away. Ball one. Jacobs, long, and Arambula will bat here in the first inning. Should any of them reach, we'd see the cleanup man, Cameron Gurney. Davenport, the big right-hander, cuts loose the 1-0 pitch, and it's a fastball at 95, fouled off by Jacobs. Davenport, the Prosper, Texas native, 6'6", 230. Transfer from Glenn Junior College, taking on Luke Jacobs, a 287 batter with some pop. 8 homers, 37 RBIs, and he rips one back to deep left field. Perez on the run. He won't get to it. It hits the base of the wall, and Jacobs coasts into second base with a stand-up double. I don't think that Perez was going to get to that anyway, but he had to shield his eyes. You are facing the western sky out there in left field, and boy, you could see on the run at a full sprint. He had to shield his eyes and put his head down just a bit. And again, I don't think he was going to get to that anyway. That ball was a rocket out to left field, but it clearly threw him off a bit.
Yeah, and that guy can hit doubles. That's his 18th double of the year.
Now here's their best all-around hitter, Jake Long, in the pitch. Breaking ball outside corner, strike one. Actually, that's just a fastball with some wiggle to it from Davenport. And the count, no balls and one strike. Long, a .363 hitter with 11 homers and 55 runs batted in. And the pitch is grounded to the shortstop. The runner will stay put. Sanders' throw is slow, but it's there in time for the out. Boy, that throw was short-armed, and it took a while to get to first on a hop. Thankfully, it didn't appear that Long was sprinting down the first base line. Otherwise, that would have been scary.
I really can't describe it. I mean, other than it just came out of his hand a little funny maybe, and it was a one-hopper to Tice, but they were able to keep the runner at second base and record the out.
Here is Daniel Arambula, the three-hole hitter. He tried to throw on the brakes but couldn't at a sinking fastball. And the count is 0-1. The third baseman hitting .278 with 6 homers and 28 runs batted in. They've got a runner in scoring position with 1 out. Here's the Davenport pitch down and in, and it is 1-1. Our first inning brought to you by Premier ER and Urgent Care, the official around-the-clock care provider of Baylor Athletics.
We talked about the need for Baylor to win here in Salt Lake, and down the road, the need for Kansas to win over BYU and Provo. Well, they're in the first inning. We'll keep a close eye on that game for you tonight. But Kansas is leading BYU 1-0.
1-1. The pitch, breaking ball inside corner. Great location from Davenport to jump ahead 1-2. Boy, Tom, we're close enough. If the game times have been different, we could almost do live reports. We're about a little over 30 miles north of Provo here. 1-2. Davenport glances back at second base, now steps off and fires back that way, but back in easily is Jacobs.
Yeah, but they had Jacobs. Jacobs was leaning, but if that would have been a fireball from Davenport, they may have had a play, but he threw the room service toss back to second base.
1 out, a runner at second, pairs up 1-0. The pitch grounded the other way into right field, a base hit. Windmill on, rounding third. Here comes the throw from right field. That is not nearly in time, and we're tied at 1. Utah answers immediately. 3 batters into the home first. It is Daniel Arambula singles home Jacobs from right field to tie the game at 1. Well, for Arambula, that's RBI number 29 on the year, and here's the cleanup man, Cameron Gurney, a .357 hitting junior with 6 homers and 46 runs batted in. We hate to see that. Utah answers immediately. Still just 1 out and a runner at first base for the Utes. They're in their second year in the Big 12 Conference. The pitch is turned on and belted high and deep and way out of here. Gurney jumps all over the first pitch he sees from Lucas Davenport, and gives the Utes a 3-1 lead.
Man, there was no doubt about that one. He absolutely smoked it. That had nothing to do with elevation. It was just absolutely a baseball that was barreled up by Gurney. And he gets his 7th homer of the year, and RBIs 47 and 48, and that 1-0 Baylor lead has evaporated in a hurry.
Awfully quickly, didn't it? Well, 3-1 Utah. This is a Utah team that hits well at home. Nearly 340 is a squad on their home field. If you heard our pregame interview, you heard Coach Thompson talking about he has seen some of the scores here. It's a high-scoring place. Tom said we are at elevation, but that didn't impact that one. The first pitch is swung on and bounced out to second base. Reebok throws to first to retire his second base counterpart, Cal Miller, and there's 2 away. Tell you what, they're jumping all over the first pitches these last couple at-bats.
And it may change the way they approach then if they're going to be aggressive with first pitch. Coach Snedeker and the staff may go about it a little differently.
Yeah. Here's Jet Gilliam, a junior center fielder, .364 average, 6 homers, 34 RBIs. He chased the first pitch there, but could not connect with a high fastball. It's 0-1. It has been a high-scoring first inning. Utah leads it 3-1. Bases empty and 2 away. 0-1 the count. Here is the pitch. Slice back, foul out onto the street. And the count is 0-2. So we mentioned that this ballpark only has about 7 rows of seats. It goes right to a sidewalk. And would you guess, Tom, that we're no more than 75 feet from home plate to the street? Maybe 100 feet?
Maybe.
Pitch runs down and away. Point being, that foul ball landed in the middle of the road that goes along the first base and right field line. And if your car happens to be there, good luck.
Don't stop.
No. 1-2. And the pitch just up and away, 96-mile-an-hour heater from Davenport. I'm sure there's a sign somewhere that says, be alert for foul balls, drive at your own risk, Utah not responsible. But that's no consolation if one hits your car. The 2-2 pitch on the way. Popped foul down the right field line. That's going to keep on slicing out of the ballpark. Onto that sidewalk, and that may bounce. It's going to bounce just past a vehicle. And someone walking down the sidewalk just found it.
Yeah.
2-2. Jet Gilliam battling with Davenport, and the pitch looped into shallow center field, bloops in for a base hit. That's the 4th hit of the first inning for Utah, and it extends the first.
Yeah, that's not the start you were looking for from Dabby. I mean, this is a guy that, again, let's be honest, he got roughed up a little bit against UCF. He went 4 innings, gave up 7 runs on 6 hits, and is giving up 3 runs already on 4 hits here in the bottom of the first inning.
Well, here's Matt Flaherty, the 7th man to hit here in the first inning. It's a sign of how many early pitches they're jumping on that he's thrown just 17 pitches in the first inning. Here's the pitch. Fastball in for a strike, top of the zone, 0-1. Matt Flaherty, the shortstop, a .292 hitter, 5 homers and 32 RBIs. They don't have anyone up there with Tice Armstrong in home runs, but they have a lot of players that you would say have some pop in the lineup. There, pulled the string. Flaherty out in front of that cut fastball, and he tops it foul. That bounces and hits Braden Buchanan, the catcher, and their home plate umpire today, Ramon Armendariz, walks the ball out to Davenport to give him a moment to work it off. Bears with Perez, Johnson, and Janiasek in the outfield from left to right. Here is the pitch. That's lifted back to center field. Ty Johnson on the run. Has it measured, though, right in front of the warning track. He hauls it in, and the side is retired. But damage done for Utah here in the first inning as they score 3 runs on 4 hits and strand a man. The big blow, a 2-run home run from Utah's cleanup hitter, Cameron Gurney. And at the end of 1 complete, our score now, Utah 3, Baylor 1. And this is Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Are you a diehard Bears fan? Sure, your entire closet is Baylor green and gold. All your pets' names have started with Judge, and that good old Baylor line is your ringtone. But do you have an official Baylor University toll tag? That small green and gold sticker reps the Bears and cuts your toll bill in half. Visit getmytolltag.com to purchase your specialty tag and deck your ride with Baylor pride. Small sticker, big savings, sick 'em Bears.
Favorite jeans, favorite shirt. Got Conecuh sausage and I'm firing it up. Yeah, everybody knows that's how I get my grill on. You can smell that flavor up and down the road. It's a little taste of heaven, and everybody knows that's how I get my grill on. Conecuh sausage. It's just a little taste of heaven.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Well, an eventful first inning. Both teams score. Unfortunately, Utah scored 2 more than the Bears. It's a 3-1 Ute lead as we head to the top of the second inning. Coulter McAnally, who had to throw some pitches in the first inning, 24, allowing 3 hits and 1 run, is able to come back out in the second inning, though, with a lead. And he'll face Buchanan, Reebok, and Landclaw should any of them reach. Go back to the top of the order for Travis Sanders.
Derek, we got our first final in.
Yeah.
It's Cincinnati run-ruling Texas Tech 13-1 in 7 innings.
Wow, they got that done quick because it's only 8:30 out there at Cincinnati right now. Here is the first pitch to Buchanan, in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Buchanan delivered the first home run of his Baylor career. A 400-foot shot to left center field in Baylor's Sunday victory over the Knights of UCF. Here is the 0-1 pitch on the way. Breaking ball stays high, and it's 1-1. 206 batting average. A home run, 3 runs batted in for the right-handed hitter. 1-1 on the way. That is a cutter down, and it's 2-1. Fans continue to make their way into America First Ballpark. They announced that in 2023 it was coming to the University of Utah. They broke ground just under 2 years ago, and this year it opened up. And it's nice, a beautiful view. Nice setting. We got mountains pretty close over the outfield wall, and then if you look out over the first base sign, you can see the mountains further out on the other side of the Utah Valley.
All right, let's just get it done now here on the opening night of the series. BYU's view
better,
or Utah's view?
BYU's.
I agree.
Now, it's a good conversation to be in. They're both beautiful, but BYU's is closer, and it's just a more stunning mountain view, in my opinion. And I think you agree.
I totally agree. But this is remarkable.
But you're comparing 2 good things.
Yeah.
Full count now to Braden Buchanan. Here is the pitch. A chopper up the middle. That is cut off in very shallow center field by the second baseman, and his throw not nearly in time. That is a single for Braden Buchanan. Not quite an infield single because it trickled on through into center field, but second baseman Cal Miller really didn't have a play, and the leadoff man is aboard for the second consecutive inning.
Again, the infield is spongy. There's no question about that. But good to see Braden Buchanan. We talked about him in the pregame as a guy that, as he bunches ABs together and gets more opportunities, let's see what he does offensively. And that's nice to see Braden Buchanan lead off the inning for the Bears with a base hit.
He is aboard. Well, he hasn't attempted a stolen base. I don't think he's attempted a stolen base in his career. There's a bunt attempt by Reebok. Fouled, though, back, and the count is 0-1. And obviously trying to bunt him over here with Reebok. A 184 hitter, a home run, and 15 RBIs. It has just been you talk about the sophomore slump. That has been the story of his season, unfortunately, this year. 0-1. He's squaring again. The pitch from McAnally is bunted up the first baseline. It's going to get the job done. The first baseman there, Gurney, tags him on the way to the bag, but he does what he is charged to do and advances Buchanan to second base.
Yeah, nice job. He drags that one up the first baseline, and he makes the first baseman, Gurney, go get it, and, does a nice job. Now you got some opportunities with the 9-hole hitter Landclaw, and then turning it back over to Travis Sanders to try to cut into the lead.
And in Landclaw, you've got a player who has slowly but surely been rounded into form at the plate. He is a .222 average, but a .447 on-base percentage. The freshman out of the Houston area takes a fastball in for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Tom, you mentioned that view. Next inning, those of you who are watching on our Inside the Booth cam on the Baylor Athletics YouTube channel, we'll turn the camera out that way and let you get a look at what we see here. Breaking ball just misses. Good eye, Landcloss, and the count is 1-1.
You mentioned Landcloss, and as he's developed, well, he's actually hitting better in conference play than in the overall season. He's a .250 hitter in Big 12 play. So to your point, yes, he is. As he's getting his opportunities, the batting average is rising.
1-1 pitch, sliced back foul, and it's 1-2. And again, that very first game, he had never appeared in a game offensively or defensively. He'd only pitched. He's a two-way player. And Brighton Clements goes down, and he's thrown in against a first-round draft pick in Cole Carlone for Arizona State. And even though he didn't have the results he wanted, the coaches all noticed as there's a breaking ball in the turf. And the count now 1-2, or 2-2 rather. The coaches noticed he wasn't afraid, he wasn't overwhelmed. He just went out there and did his best and was confident, and that goes a long way.
And it's gotten better. I mean, he plays with a little swagger sometimes.
Bears down 3-1 in the top of the second inning. They've got Buchanan at second with one out. And a 2-2 pitch to Landcloss. And that's belted high and deep down the left field line towards the corner. It is a fair ball. It caught the foul pole, and the Bears have tied the game on Cole Landcloss's first career homer. How about that? Cole Landcloss got a hold of one deep to left field. That may actually, we're blocked from the view here. That may actually, Tom, have hit that fence over the ball and bounced back on. But whatever the case, he absolutely got a home of that, and he runs down the dugout tunnel as he is happily greeted by his teammates. We're tied at 3.
And he's just 21 behind Tice Armstrong.
Hey, there you go.
Way to go, Landcloss. Nicely done, kid. And you know what? That's a 4-game hitting streak.
And a big one. He tied the game up after Utah had, kind of answered quickly and buried the Bears a bit in the first inning. The Bears came right back. Here is Travis Sanders taking a cutter over the inside corner, strike one. And, we mentioned this, Tom, throughout the year, giving up extra base hits has been a problem for McAnally. That's the 11th home run he's allowed with 8 doubles and a triple. Pitch is up and in to Sanders, and it's 1-1. Well, there, Landcloss showed some power and pulled it over the wall in left field. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's a breaking ball in for a strike, and it's 1-2 to Sanders, who singled his first time up. Well, Landcloss, Braden Buchanan getting his first homer on Sunday. Now Landcloss picks up his first as a Bear. Who's next? Maybe Dylan Perez on the weekend? Breaking ball called strike 3. You got Sanders looking, and there's 2 down. We're in the top of the second inning. Baylor and Utah tied at 3. That's the third punch-out for McAnally. And here's Tice Armstrong.
But the whole sequence you like. I mean, you get the leadoff hit from Braden Buchanan, a guy that hadn't played much. Then you get a sack bunt from Reebok, who's struggling. Then you get the home run from Landcloss. The bottom of the order.
First pitch to Armstrong, pop foul behind the plate. That is going to sail on top of the dugout and bounce out in front of Baylor's bus. Out on the street as a car just about runs over the bouncing baseball out there. And the count is 0-1 to Tice Armstrong. .333 batting average, 22 homers, 60 runs batted in. Nice video on Baylor Baseball's social media accounts, Twitter, Instagram, where you can see his Zoom conversation with Charlie Carter. He's very proud of Tice Armstrong, who, after 28 years, broke his single-season home run record. There's a fastball up high, and it's 1-1. Two guys who have similar stories, Tom. Guys who came to Baylor just one season, but what a season it was. And for Tice Armstrong, still is the 1-1 pitch, breaking ball high. 2-1. Bases empty, 2 outs, top of the second inning. We may see some runs here this weekend. Here's the 2-1 pitch, down and in, and it's 3-1. Brady Janusek on deck. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed. He pulled the string on him. Going to count full at 3-2. There's that breaking ball in the left-handed batter's box that has occasionally got Tice Armstrong. In fact, he pounds himself on the chest here as the big right-hander waits. And the payoff pitch, he had to reach for the breaking ball and bounces it foul. Tom, we know he's a big guy, 6'4", 230, but I tell you, here in the box at America First Ballpark, the visiting radio booth, we're really right on top of home plate. You get a sense of just what a big guy he is, what an imposing figure he is in the batter's box.
Is this as close as we've been this year?
I believe it is. Here's another payoff pitch, roped foul hard down the left field line. Yeah, I mean, doesn't feel like we're much more than 30 or 40 feet here from the plate, does it?
I feel like I'm on top of home plate. I really, really do. I kind of like this view.
No, it is. It's a good view. 2 outs, bases empty. Armstrong awaits a payoff pitch. McAnally cuts it loose, and that's outside, ball 4. First walk allowed by McAnally and extends the inning for Brady Janusek. Right-handed hitter struck out his first time up.
Not this time.
Speak it. Put it out there. Maybe Brady can hear you. We're close enough. Here is the pitch. It's a breaking ball up high. You know, Tom, I'm confident that if we really wanted to get the hitter's attention, we could say their name without yelling. We'd have to increase the volume.
Well, to your point, during batting practice, I heard you having a conversation. Oh, really? Yes,
okay.
Indeed. Yeah.
Here is the pitch. Wave and a foul tip, and it's 1-1.
That's a healthy cut, isn't it?
It is. He's got Armstrong at first and 2 outs. Para runs in for the Bears in the top of the second.
You think anybody's at Magnolia Field at Baylor Ballpark listening to us tonight?
They may be preoccupied. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball, and it's 1-2. Former Baylor student Willie Nelson will soon come on. So, Joe, you get a picture?
I do.
Okay.
My family is there.
That's great. They'll have to give us some reports. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's up high. Maybe they give us a set list. He's doing Mamas Don't Let Your Babies Go to the Cowboys now, or whatever.
And I'm telling you, I think the stage is more in left center field. That's what it kind of looks like to me, and I'll let you look at it here in a minute. But I was curious where they were going to set the stage.
2 outs, the 2-2 pitch, grounded sharply foul up the third baseline. I think it's a sellout. It's a sellout, and there's several thousand seats available when it's all said and done. So hope everyone has a great time tonight. And then, gets in the car afterwards, turns us on the radio.
Sure.
Checks in to see how the Bears are doing.
McAnally's thrown a bunch of pitches. He is over 50.
Wow. Here's the pitch, low. Ball 3. Even the outs have not come easily.
No. Let one fly, Brady.
Full count. Already there's been a Landcloss homer here in the inning. Here's the payoff pitch. It's bounced foul. Armstrong was on the move, but he will head back.
And again, I'm sorry, Derek. They're punishing his pitch count right now.
Yeah.
I mean, they're fighting off quality pitches. They're doing all kinds of things to hang in there and keep the ABs going. And this is going to be a slugfest. It looks like before it's all said and done. But how long can the guy stay out there is the question. How long can the starters last?
Well, and it's a Utah staff, Tom, that has the second worst ERA in the conference. So there's some arms behind him that are talented, but you don't want to mind getting back there. Another payoff pitch, another foul ball.
And I know he has scuffled, and he got the home run on Sunday, but he has really been kind of in I think he was in a 1 for 26 at one point, something like that. But this is really a good at-bat right here. He has spoiled some really nice pitches, quality pitches from McAnally.
And the Baylor dugout's kind of into it. With each foul ball, they're getting a little louder. We can see right into it here from the booth. Armstrong at first base. He'll move again. Here's the payoff pitch. It's high, ball 4.
Wow, nice.
Tried to get him with the breaking ball, but missed his spot. And a pair of 2-out walks extends the inning. Here's Dylan Perez. And if you're Dylan Perez, do what you did the last time. Just pull it into right field hard and right center field alley, and Bears would get a run.
I love the AB from Brady Janusek. I mean, and now we're going to get a conference on the mound, Derek. I mean, he fought like crazy, and yeah, I mean, look how many pitches he saw. The pitch count now is pushing 60. He's at 58. McAnally is, and we're in the second inning.
Just 5 outs. That's what, about 13 pitches per out.
That's not good. That doesn't play, does it?
No, it doesn't. Their head coach is also their pitching coach, Gary Henderson. He's been the head man at a number of institutions, including Kentucky and Mississippi State, and he's here in Utah now as he navigates them into the Big 12, their second year in the Big 12 Conference. Yeah, 58 pitches, 35 strikes. Not a great ratio either. He does have 3 strikeouts, does McAnally, but he's also walked a batter.
Back-to-back walks.
I beg your pardon, yep. And that's what's extended the inning for Dylan Perez. Tied at 3. McAnally. Meeting adjourns. Will go to work on Perez, the left-handed hitter who chops the first pitch he sees into the shift. The second baseman in shallow right. Cal Miller fields it and flips to first, but honestly, you would take that kind of hit. In a lot of cases, that's going to trickle on through and bring home a run. So the Bears are unable to complete the 2-out rally, but still, you like what they got. They get 2 runs on 2 hits. The big blow, a 2-run Cole Landcloss homer, is first at the collegiate level, and so we head to the bottom of the second inning, tied at 3. Baylor and Utah on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
At Baylor Scott & White McLean Children's, you'll find the care your child deserves and trusted expertise to set your mind at ease. With a network of convenient pediatric primary and specialty care clinics and an advanced medical center, they offer a full range of pediatric care close to home. Learn more at bswhealth.com/McLean-Children's. That's bswhealth.com/McLean-Children's.
Are you tired of slow internet? Are data caps and throttling making it impossible to stream your favorite shows and movies? If so, it sounds like it's time to switch to Nextlink Internet. With Nextlink, there are no data caps and no throttling, just super fast internet speeds, up to 1 gig over wireless in some areas. Plus, Nextlink is an official partner of Baylor Athletics. So don't wait another minute. Give Nextlink a call or go online to nextlinkinternet.com to see what special offers are available to you. Blazing fast internet is just a click or phone call away. Sick 'em, Bears.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
3-3 our score as we head into the bottom of the second inning. A Cole Landcloss 2-run homer, his first as a Bear in the top half of the frame, tied the game up for the Bears. 3 runs, 5 hits for Baylor, 3 runs, 4 hits for the Utes. And let's see if Davenport can settle in after being greeted rudely in the first inning. He'll go to work on their number 8 hitter, the DH, Blake Eckerly. And the first pitch to Eckerly is lifted back to deep left center field. However, it's played there in front of the warning track by Dylan Perez for the first out. A 1-pitch out, you will take that. It went away.
All day long, and boy, I'm telling you, Perez is really battling the sun right now. I mean, he had the glove up. The lefty had the glove up, shading the eyes, trying to locate the baseball as it was descending out of this clear, beautiful blue sky.
Yeah. Well, you can tell, Tom, if you look over to the right out west that the sky washes out. That's hard to see with the sun in your eyes. It's also hard to see the baseball. 9-hole batter Jack Cleveno bunts at the first pitch, takes a strike. Cleveno, the catcher, listed at just 5'6", so he's one of the shorter players that you might see on a roster, but he has really established himself here for the Utes. The 0-1 pitch, that is lifted out to center field. It's going to drop in for a base hit. Ty Johnson was playing back, and Cleveno dropped it in front of him for a 1-out single.
Well, you have to play back here, right? I mean, you're elevated, and the ball flies in this ballpark, and you got to play back, and so you get one like that, a little bad handle single, and nothing you can do with it.
Yeah. You mentioned we're at elevation, Tom. We are 4,327 feet above sea level, looking at the Wasatch Mountains. I told you all on watching on our Inside the Booth cam that we would show you our view, and I'm doing that now. You can see the Wasatch Mountains out there, snow-covered peaks out there in right field as the first pitch to the leadoff man. Luke Jacobs is swung on and missed. So, yeah, beautiful view out there. There is what Dylan Perez is looking into. And there's that street. You can see the bus parked out there, that street that we're going to be watching when foul balls go out that way as there's a pickoff move to first. But, yeah, beautiful view here at their brand-new ballpark, America First Ballpark in Salt Lake City. An eventful game so far, tied at 3. Utah with a runner at first and one out here in the bottom of the second inning. And the leadoff man, Jacobs, at the plate. He tries to catch Baylor off guard with a bunt, and Landcloss overruns it. All hands are safe. Landcloss came charging in, but he just couldn't get the glove down far enough. He swiped it right over the top of the baseball, and all hands are safe.
Yeah, it's going to be an error on Landcloss, I believe. They haven't put it on the board yet, but, I mean, clearly he was charging that hard bunted ball and went right under his glove, and I don't know how you don't charge an error there, but we'll see.
I don't either. All right, here's their best all-around hitter, Jake Long. Long, the lefty, grounded out his first time up in the pitch. Fastball missing, ball one. Well, they still haven't ruled it, but I'm with you, Tom. That's an error.
Yeah, I mean.
Now an error and a sacrifice, but no, it's a bunt single. No, it's an error and a sacrifice. Long hits one back into deep left field. Perez battling the sun again, but he makes the catch in front of the warning track. Tip of the hat to Dylan Perez, Tom. That ball could have eaten him up, but he did a nice job staying focused as he battled the sun, and there's 2 away.
Yeah, I mean, it's the exact same thing. He's got a high fly ball into a beautiful blue sky, not a cloud in the sky, sun setting, and he is just fighting it like mad out there, and he makes the play. And they finally throw the error up on the board, so it's a sack and an error.
Yep, there you go. Sack and an error for Luke Jacobs. And now with 2 outs, the first pitch is hit to left field again. Dylan Perez makes the catch.
Oh, my.
Good job, Dylan Perez. Boy, when the sun's in your eyes, the ball can find you. It kept finding him, and he made 3 plays in the inning, all of which looked like trouble, but any one of which would have scored a run for Utah. And Tom, he made them all.
Yeah, he did, and you know what? You put a little star by this inning because of the quality of play in left field from Dylan Perez.
We remain tied at 3 as we head to the third. Tom will have the play-by-play when we come back to Salt Lake City on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Baylor fans, ready to keep it cool this season? Ice and Easy delivers premium ice lightning fast. From tailgates to restaurants, construction sites, concerts, and races, Ice and Easy has you covered. Game day or work day, keep your drinks cold and your spirits bold. Ice and Easy. We deliver, you chill. Proud supporter of the Baylor Bears.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed. Smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long distance meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line. You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Hey, Baylor fans, this baseball season, make Pepsi your go-to game day drink because it's the only drink for baseball watching. Pepsi. That's what I like, proud partner of Baylor Athletics. We're tied at 3 as the Bears bat at the top of the third inning against Coulter McAnally. He has to be weary, Tom, as he begins the top of the third inning.
Indeed. And it's going to be Hunter Snow leading it off for the Bears, followed by Ty Johnson and Braden Buchanan. The Bears having collected 5 runs on 3 hits. And as has the host Utah Utes, 3 runs on 5 hits. Here's the pitch to Snow, swung on, and a high fly ball out to left center field. Long going back, looking up into the sun, and Long's going to have a play, and he'll make the play, and Snow flies out. There's one down.
Tell you what, a lot of hits in the air so far tonight.
I think that helped you.
Yeah.
Certainly makes those 3 outfielders wish that the ball was not in the air tonight. Here's Ty Johnson. He struck out his first time up on a high fastball with a couple of runners on in scoring position. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Ty Joe started the night hitting .220 with no homers and 16 driven in. He takes a pitch low for a ball, and it's 1-0. Johnson, a .219 average in the left-hand box against the right-hander McAnally, who kicks and comes home. And this pitch is ripped back up the middle. It's into center field, and there's a one-out base runner for the Bears. They've had at least one base runner in every inning tonight.
Well, nice job there by Ty, Tom. Right back up the middle. He just sent that fastball right back where it came from with some zip on it.
That'll bring to the plate Braden Buchanan. Buchanan singled and scored his first time up. Buchanan hitting .219 on the year. A home run, 3 driven in. And a throw over to first base. A bouncer to first base, dug by Gurney. That's a terrific play by Gurney. If he doesn't make it, Ty Johnson's at third base.
Tell you what, Tom, does it just not feel tonight like pitchers are going to be pitching in tense situations throughout the evening?
They're leverage situations. Yeah. This pitch is swung on and hit on the ground to the third baseman. He'll go to second for 1. The relay throw to first in time, double play, and the inning is over. Arambula goes around the horn, 5-4-3 on the twin killing, and the Bears are done in the third. No runs despite a hit. Nobody left. Middle of the third, it's Baylor 3 and Utah 3. This is Bears baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Hey there, campers. It's Jan from Toyota. Time to pack your bags and buckle your seatbelts because this summer we're headed to Camp Toyota. And the fun starts now. We're kicking things off by kicking up mud. Jump in, campers. We're going off-roading in a powerful new 4Runner. Next, we're heading to the hot springs in a spacious Sequoia.
Jan, what is that smell?
Sulfur. Stinks. Now we're hitting the hiking trails in a rugged Grand Highlander. And finally, park your Tundras and Tacomas around the campfire because we're roasting marshmallows. Don't worry if you burn a few, folks. I brought a truckload. Your summer starts here.
Right now, qualified buyers get 2.99% APR financing for 72 months.
What's going on here?
$1,000 subvention cash on a new 2026 Tundra. Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Event ends June 1st. Toyota, let's go places.
From the Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Studios, this is KRZI Waco, K222DC Waco, K265DV Temple, ESPN Central Texas.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
On the bottom of the third we go here in Salt Lake City, Utah. The Bears and the Utes all knotted up at 3 apiece. The Bears at 12-15 in the conference. Meanwhile, the Utes at 11-16. So you can just see the importance of the final 3 games of this season. As Cameron Gurney, who hit a 2-run homer back at first, climbs in, his 7th homer of the year. He's 1 for 1, obviously. Gurney from the left side against the right-hander Davenport. Lucas working from the stretch, delivers the pitch, and it is swung on and fouled off left side. There's strike 1. Boy, he's got good stuff tonight. 95 on the radar gun for Lucas Davenport. Gurney with the home run has raised the average to 360. And the 0-1 swung through and missed. It is 0-2. Boy, he jammed it. He jammed it with a 93-mile-per-hour heater, and it's 0-2. Gurney from Scotland, Ontario, down in the count 0-2, and watches this one go by high for a ball, and it's 1-2. Nothing but heat so far to Gurney. That one at 96. I think 96 may be tops on the radar gun so far tonight for Lucas Davenport. 1 ball and 2 strikes, the 1-2 pitch. Off speed, well, I beg your pardon, fastball, but off the plate to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Boy, that one was tough to take with 2 strikes.
Yeah, that was a good purpose pitch by Davenport.
2-2 the count. Lucas is ready. Here's the 2-2. It is rolled out on the ground to the shortstop. Travis Sanders, he's got it. And the throw across the diamond's in plenty of time. And here's a 6-3 put out for the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up Cal Miller. Miller grounded out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Miller's a freshman, 5'11", out of Centerville, Utah. Went to Beaumont High School. It's a great name for a high school in Utah, isn't it? Beaumont?
Beaumont?
They're all Beaumonts out here.
Yeah.
First pitch on the way, and there's a fastball that just misses for ball one. But if he's missing, it's not by much.
You're right.
These are borderline pitches. He's just not getting called for strikes. 1-0 the count. Dabby's ready. Here's the 1-0. Swung through a miss, slider away, and that evens the count at 1-1.
Tell you what, that slider ran in at 88 miles an hour, and even if this radar gun's a tad bit juiced, I tell you, that's some zip to it.
It's okay. It's still 8 to 10 miles per hour faster with the heat, right? So here's the 1-1 pitch, and it is swung on and foul back, and there it is. 88 with the slider, 95 with the fastball. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. We're 3-3 in the bottom of the third inning. Baylor got a run in the first, 2 in the second. Utah with all 3 of theirs in the bottom of the first inning. 1-2 the count, the 1-2 pitch. Rolled on the ground, back up the middle, ranging to his right is Reebok. He's got it, a one-hop throw to first in time. He got him. That's a nice play.
Really nice. That had base hit written all over it. First, he was able to get there on the backhand, and then Tom, he was able to get just enough on the throw for the out. And you got to give a big shout out to Tice Armstrong, a tremendous stretch there at first base to end that possibility of a hit.
We've talked about Tice, and his ability at first base has just been brilliant all year long. 2 outs, 2 up and 2 down, and here's Jet Gilliam, the center fielder. And the first pitch swung on and a fly ball out to right field. This is a can of corn for Janusek. He'll make the catch, and the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the Utes in the third. We're on to the fourth. It's 3-3. Baylor and Utah all knotted up on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Hey, Baylor fans, this is your call to gear up with Harley-Davidson of Waco. Whether you're hitting the open road or tailgating at McLean Stadium, we've got the ride to match your Bear pride. Check out our wide selection of new and pre-owned motorcycles, visit our service department, or shop all the latest gear and accessories to show off your Baylor spirit and Harley pride. Visit us today and find your freedom on 2 wheels. Harley-Davidson of Waco, where Baylor fans never ride alone. Visit in-store or at hdwaco.com. Sick 'em Bears.
Do you want to earn points while cheering on your favorite Baylor teams? Join Baylor Bold Rewards. Track your attendance on the Baylor Sports app across athletic events and earn points towards prizes and experiences. Download the Baylor Sports app or register online today at BaylorBoldRewards.com and start earning your points today.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Man, get all back in our Master Control Studios in Waco. He's Derek Smith. I'm Tom Barfield. We're glad to have you with us. The Bears and the Utah Utes. Game 1 of a 3-game set. And we are all knotted up at 3 apiece. For the Bears, they've got 3 runs on 6 hits. They've committed 1 error, and they've left 4 men on base. For the Utah Utes, they've got 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and they have stranded 3 base runners. We're moving on to the top of the 4th. It's 8, 9, and 1. Reebok, Landcloss, and Sanders, and here again is Derek.
Well, Tom, after a combined 6 runs in the first 2 innings, there were only combined 6 batters in the third as both pitchers settled in a bit. See if the Bears can get right back to Coulter McAnally as Reebok leads things off for the Bears. A sacrifice, his first time up. And the pitch from McAnally is lifted back to right field. It's got Jacobs on the run. Warning track. Wall out of here. Pearson Reebok with his 2nd home run of the year. And the Bears are out in front once more at 4-3. Reebok jumped all over the inning's first pitch and rocked the 2nd home run of the game for the Bears. The 12th McAnally has given up this year.
My goodness gracious. You got a home run from your 8-hole hitter and your 9-hole hitter tonight. And we're in the 4th inning, and the Bears lead it 4-3.
You know, Tom, we said, could the bottom of the order set the table for the top of the order? Well, they're doing more than that. Here's Landcloss, home run hitter. His last at-bat waves through a breaking ball. The count is 0-1. Tell you what, that's got to feel good for Pearson Reebok. has been kind of a rotten year at the plate. The 0-1 pitch, breaking ball down and away, 1-1. But he got a hold of that one, and no doubt there.
And he's having a word with Mitch Thompson, and they're both smiling. That's kind of cool to see.
Now that's good. I mean, that's got to be tough when you're just all year long. The pitch to Landcloss is fisted into right field. Jacobs once more going back, and he makes a catch. I tell you what, Landcloss, that's an out. But Landcloss got jammed, and it looked like a little pop-up, and that ended up carrying about 3/4 of the way out into right field.
Yeah, that ball is jumping this evening.
One away, and it's back to the top of the order for Travis Sanders. Now, you know Pearson Reebok, whose batting average is about 130 points below what it was last year. He wants to figure it out as badly as anybody, and one at-bat doesn't change everything, but that's got to feel really, really good. Bears are up 4-3. Here's the leadoff man, Travis Sanders. First pitch swinging, hits it back high and deep and gone to right center field. Sanders jumps all over another one here. His second hit of the day. Home run number 7, and it is 5-3 Baylor.
McAnally came in having surrendered 7 home runs this season. He has surrendered 3 tonight. Wow. So I'm telling you, the Bears have come swinging.
Well, 5-3 Bears, and hey, here's Tice Armstrong.
Why not, right?
Yeah.
And those aren't cheapies. I'm telling you, that ball was launched by Travis Sanders.
The pitch to Armstrong, breaking ball inside corner for a strike, and it's 0-1. Well, he wasn't taking any chances there. He's going to clip the inside corner or just about hit Armstrong. The 0-1 from McAnally. Breaking ball in for a strike, and it's 0-2. 1 out, but a pair of runs in for the Bears, who lead 5-3. Solo homers by Pearson Reebok and Travis Sanders here in the inning. Here is the pitch, swung on and ripped up the middle into center field, a base hit. That dropped right on the UU emblem out there in center field. It's not a home run, but that's a hard hit from Armstrong, who extends his hitting streak now to 10 games, and he's aboard with 1 out.
But here's the thing, Derek, that's a 2-strike pitch. He takes care of a 2-strike pitch and gets it done.
By the way, Tom, McAnally at 71 pitches. We're in the top of the 4th inning, 1 out as he misses high to it. You kind of wonder how long of a leash McAnally's going to have.
Right now it's pretty long because there's nobody. I mean, they're out there, but they're just hanging around.
But we're going to have a mound visit here. They're going to start talking. Will that get the wheels turning?
Yeah, I think this is to kind of get things moving down there, I suppose. And it really is kind of tough for us to see in their bullpen, and I think they are soft tossing down there now.
Well, bear with us because we can't even really see a lot of left field
Correct.
from here. The view is beautiful, albeit a bit obstructed. So those of you watching on the inside of the booth cam may see Tom and I leaning dangerously far out of the booth to see things. But
did you bring that rope?
So yeah,
so you can tie us off so I can hang out.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm trying to look down there, Derek, to see who's up and throwing.
Well, meeting adjourns. Here's Brady Janusek, who walked his last time up. Armstrong at first, 1 away. Bears up 5-3 here in the 4th inning, and the pitch high. 2-0 to the right-handed hitter. Already 9 hits through the Bears. The pitch, wave and a miss at a cutter, and it's 2-1. So you look, Tom, Utah's recorded 10 outs against the Bears, but they've given up 9 hits. You'll take that ratio.
All day long.
McAnally with the pitch. Breaking ball stays high, and it's now 3-1. A favorable upswing count to Baylor's freshman power hitter.
One pitch, one spot. Let's go.
Here is the pitch. He's taking ball 4. That was close. It was a borderline pitch. A cutter, but it was off the plate, and Janusek draws a walk. He's been, we've said he's been in a slump as of late. You love seeing him trying to take there and be selective.
He's not getting himself out, Derek. You know what? And he did that during this slump. Sliders away were really a bugaboo for him. But I'm telling you right now, he is selective, and he's not getting himself out.
1 out for the Bears, but 2 aboard. Here's Dylan Perez, jumps all over the first pitch and tomahawks it foul behind the plate. He was ready to swing out of his shoes.
Right now, it must look like a beach ball coming into these guys because they are taking some serious hacks.
McAnally. ERA up to almost 7, 6.99. 5 earned runs allowed through 3 1/3 as there's a swing and a topper foul and a breaking ball by Perez.
Bottom of the third down the road in Provo. It is Kansas 4 and BYU nothing.
Okay.
You okay with that?
Yep. So at the end of the day, if these 2 scores were to hold, which there's a long way to go in both of them, but if they were to hold, Baylor would draw even with BYU in the Big 12 standings, which would, and Baylor has the tiebreaker. Here's the pitch, breaking ball in the turf. It's blocked by the catcher Cleveno, and the count is 1-2. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. Perez has singled and grounded out tonight. The pitch. He reaches, lunges, in fact, for a breaking ball out in front, but he fights it off foul and will live to see another pitch.
And that's it. There's 2 strikes, and these guys are really fighting off some nice pitches from McAnally to find one that they can handle.
1-2. Here comes the pitch. McAnally close with a backdoor breaking ball, but it was just off the plate. When I think it was just off the plate. Not by much, though, and it's 2-2. Well, surely Perez is due for a home run, Tom. He's hit a couple close. We've already seen a couple of players get their first career home runs in the last couple games, but it's not going to be here as he chases a breaking ball down for his strikeout. That's 4 for McAnally, and there's 2 away. That'll bring up Hunter Snow, who got the Bears on the board with a 2-out RBI single in the first and then flied out to left in his second AB. We're in the 4th inning, and already Snow is the 5th man to come to the plate for the 3rd time on the evening. Here's the pitch. He swings and tops a foul behind the plate. It is 0-1. Baylor 2-2 all time against Utah. Baylor won 2 of 3 in Waco last year. The only prior meeting was a Utah win at what was then the Minute Maid Classic in Houston. The 0-1 pitch down low, and it's 1-1. Already 84 pitches for McAnally through 3 2/3.
Well, Kansas better hold serve because West Virginia's already won tonight. They defeat TCU 2-0. That's our second final of the evening over in Morgantown.
Here's the pitch, way out in front of a breaking ball. Snow falls behind, 1-2. First of 3 between Baylor and Utah. And if the early returns are any indicative of anything we'll see over the next 48 hours, a lot of runs in score. Baylor up 5-3 here in the top of the 4th inning as McAnally lobs it back. And standing up easily is Armstrong. McAnally, a native of Cheyenne, Wyoming. You don't see that a lot. Do you think he's a George Strait fan, Tom?
Yeah. That's a rule if you're from there.
I would think so. Here's the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. The ball gets away from the catcher, but throwing on to first, Cleveno completes the strikeout, and that's all for the Bears. But they take the lead and then pat it. A leadoff homer by Pearson Reebok, and then a solo homer by Travis Sanders. Their 2nd and 7th, respectively. Middle of 4, it's a 5-3 Baylor lead here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Hellberg Barbecue is a family-owned business started here in Waco, Texas, and proud to serve the local area. They love to cater all kinds of events, big and small. Serving Baylor and its families is one of their favorite things, and they even ship barbecue nationwide. Check them out while here in Waco or online and support one of Waco's local barbecue restaurants, Hellberg Barbecue. Salt, pepper, and a whole lot of prayer.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar. the better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Listen to that endless pour. Pure refreshment. If it sounds this good, just imagine how it tastes. Oh yeah, so good. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Lucas Davenport on the hill for the Bears as we get ready to start the bottom of the fourth inning. He's pitching with a lead once more. It's been a seesaw affair. A 5-3 Baylor lead, but we have already seen 3 lead changes, and we're only in the bottom of the fourth inning. It'll be the lower third of the order. Flaherty, Eckerly, and Cleveno for Utah. They are a combined 1 for 3 thus far. 5 runs, 9 hits, and an error for the Bears. 3 runs, 5 hits for the Utes. Flaherty flied out to center his first time up and hits a one-hopper by Travis Sanders into left center field on the first pitch. That ball was smoked, a fastball. Sanders dropped to a knee, looked like he had the glove ready, but it just got on past him. That had some zip.
He played that to the side and not in front, and that's why that ball got by him.
And here is Blake Eckerly. Eckerly, the DH. A freshman hitting .280 with a home run and 7 runs batted in. Here's the pitch. Fastball at 94, runs over the outside corner to strike one. Leadoff man has reached for Utah for the second time tonight. Here's the pitch. Bounces up there all the way to the backstop, and that's going to advance Flaherty on to second on the wild pitch.
And Buchanan had no chance. None whatsoever.
And you talked about the spongy turf. We got a great view of that right there.
It is bouncy.
Yeah. Tom, I learned some fun information about you yesterday.
Uh-oh.
Here is the 1-1 pitch forthcoming to Eckerly. He's out in front there. A big cut at the fastball came up empty, 1-2. I learned that you have been conscripted to portray the Apostle Paul at Meadowbrook Baptist Church Vacation Bible School this summer. Davenport just misses the outside corner with a fastball. 2-2. Are you? That's a big role. Tom, are you ready? Mentally, are you prepared?
I'm getting there.
Yeah?
I'm getting there, yeah.
How will you play him, do you think? Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's chopped fair behind the bag at first. Tyce Armstrong will take it himself for the out as Flaherty moves on to third.
I think I'm just going to kind of ad-lib it and, just kind of improvise.
Yeah?
Now, I don't know that I can do that with the lines. I think you got to kind of stay.
Yeah,
there's a book that kind of tells you what to go by.
Yeah, there's some important. It's probably important to kind of stick close to the script anyway.
Yeah, you can't venture too far off, but
Yeah, I know. Paul doesn't, flee the jail. He stays.
No,
you can't change it this time. Yeah. Here's Jack Cleveno, the catcher, takes a fastball up and in, ball one. Well, that'll be fun. You can, if you want to go see Tom Bar. We need to get some video of this and put it on the Tom Barfield show.
Yeah. So in sports terms, Paul takes one for the team, doesn't he?
He does. Yes. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That is in for a strike. It turned Cleveno in, but it caught the zone 1-1.
But he's on top of home plate.
Yep. Here's the 1-1 pitch, grounded into left field, a base hit to score. Flaherty from third and cut the Baylor lead in half at 5-4. Well, he manufactured a run there, a single, a wild pitch, a ground out, and then Cleveno brings home the runner from third base, and it's back to the top of the order for Jacobs. 5-4 the score. Jacobs has doubled and reached on an error, and he stands in with Cleveno at first base. Here's the pitch from Davenport, low, ball one.
I bet I could find a spot for you in our production. They're always looking for volunteers.
Well, that may be after my sinus surgery. I may be recovering after the season. Here's the 1-0 pitch out in front. Can I be Silas or Barnabas?
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
hey, it'd be like radio, right?
Yeah.
We're a duo. Yeah.
I wanted to be Doubting Thomas, but they wouldn't let me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What drew you to that role?
I don't know.
Yeah. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch from Davenport. We've got to be the only D1 baseball broadcast in America where you could get this kind of talk.
Well, exactly.
Yeah. Bears are up by a run in the bottom of the 4th inning. Here's the pitch. That's roped into right field and down for a base hit. Klevino scampering first to third, and then Janusek fumbles the ball, and that gives Long an extra base. A single, and with Klevino going first to third, Janusek fumbled on the pickup in right field, and Jacobs took an extra 90 feet.
I would think that's going to be a single and an E9, allowing him to go to second base.
Well, and boy, just like that, Tom, and I agree, just like that, Utah knocking at the door again. They're down by a run, and they've got runners at second and third with only one out, and their best all-around hitter, Jake Long, at the plate. And we're going to see a mound visit now from Sean Snedeker, and that is officially the second error of the game on the Bears, as an E9 is assessed to Brady Janusek.
And I think if you were to go back and ask Travis Sanders, that's on the base hit, I think that's a ball that he will tell you that 99% of the time he makes that play. Now, it was scored a base hit, but again, he played it to the side and not in front, and it cost the Bears. And this has turned into a big inning for Utah as far as number of plate appearances and base hits. They're up. Now they've got them at second and third. One run is already in and just one out in the frame. Boy, if you could get a strikeout here, that would be huge.
Good hitter here in Jake Long, their leading power hitter in the first pitch, is cut her down and away. Ball one. Long, 11 homers, 55 runs batted in. 6'3", 225-pound left-handed hitter, and the pitch from Davenport is lifted to left field. Perez battling the sun. He's over. This should be deep enough. He makes the catch. Runner tags at third base. The throw is cut off, and we are tied at 5 on the Jake Long sacrifice fly.
And I'm telling you, I'm just impressed that Dylan Perez is able to make those plays. It's not easy out there.
And that's, 4 of them now that have found him with the sun right in his eyes? Well, Utah with a pair of runs has tied the score. They've got a runner at second base with 2 outs, and here is Daniel Arambula, an RBI single and a fly out to left. And the first pitch down and in over his shoe tops. Well, what you hate, Tom, is the Bears took the lead in the first inning and then immediately gave it up, and then took the lead here in the 4th inning and immediately gave it up. The pitch ripped just foul down the left field line, and not by much, less than a foot. That would have brought home a run, but it's just a long, loud strike. 1-1.
Right now, Lucas is not fooling them right now. He just isn't.
Well, and honestly, Tom, you think about it now. Of his last 8 innings, he has allowed 12 runs. That's very un-Davenport-like.
Very much.
Jacobs at second base with 2 outs in the pitch. Wiggles away for a ball, 2-1.
And this is, and I know that we talk about it all the time. We're in light air, we're elevated. I get all that. But this is Friday night in the Big 12, and this does not feel like Friday night in the Big 12.
Here's the 2-1, low, 3-1. Well, it's one thing, the ball does carry here, but a hard hit line drive is a hard hit line drive, and we've seen a few of those from both teams.
Yes, indeed.
Arambula now with 29 RBIs. Here is the pitch. He tops the breaking ball foul to run the count full at 3-2. Well, Davenport wants to send this game on to the 5th inning, tied. Here's the payoff pitch, and that's grounded slowly to third. Landcloss up with it, throws on to first. A good stretch by Armstrong, and the inning is over. But Utah with 2 runs, they get those 2 runs on 3 hits, aided by an error. They strand a base runner. We've played 4, and we're all knotted up at 5, heading into the 5th in Utah on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
If you need a trailer, Flat Rock Trailers has got you covered. From light-duty single-axle utility trailers to the Big Tex tandem duals. We also carry a full line of enclosed cargo trailers. Need a motorcycle trailer? We've got them. Need a dump trailer? We've got the largest selection in the state. Oilfield trailers? We carry a full line of Big Tex trailers to handle all your needs. Trailer repairs? We repair all makes and models. We'll even rent you a trailer if you need to use one for a day. Flat Rock Trailers, your #1 source for all your trailer needs. Find us at flatrocktrailers.com.
Proudly serving Texas since 2007. Magnolia Realty is a full-service brokerage and a trusted neighbor, bridging expert industry knowledge with integrity and kindness. Known for their award-winning agents, Magnolia Realty understands the dynamics of making the real estate journey your own and the importance of trust from contract to close. You can find their local agents here in Waco and across the state, including in Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, and Temple. To get connected and learn more, visit magnoliarealty.com. Here's to home.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
All knotted up at 5 as we head to the top of the 5th inning. Baylor Baseball brought to you by Rudy's. Go to Rudy's or Rudy's.com for real Texas barbecue. Enjoy 100% oak smoked meats, delicious sides, and Rudy's signature sauce. Don't forget, Rudy's serves breakfast tacos every day until 10 a.m. Or 9 a.m. Mountain Time. That's where Tom and I are here in Salt Lake City. Tied up 5. It has been a high-scoring affair. Colter McAnally back out there for his 5th inning of work. In his first 4, he allowed 5 runs on 9 hits. And the first pitch to Ty Johnson is popped up. On the infield, the second baseman Cal Miller trots in at the edge of the inner ring of grass and makes the catch for a 1-pitch out, which is unfortunately exactly what McAnally needs right now, Tom. Decent chance this is his last inning as he's approaching 100 pitches, but you never know. They don't have a ton in the bullpen, so you get a sense that Gary Henderson, their head coach, would love to see him go as long as he can.
Yeah, he's at 87 pitches now.
Here's Braden Bergman, takes the ball low. You know, they have a couple guys in the pen who have an ERA at around 3 or 4, but a lot of pitchers on this staff are 5, 6, 7, which is why they have the second worst ERA in the Big 12. Breaking ball over the outside corner, evens the count at 1-1 to Bergman. Excuse me. Here's the pitch. There's a breaking ball in. You know, the Braden Buchanan thing is going to trip us up. We're in all year long. We're in game number 52, and it still gets us.
I've done it about 6 dozen times.
Here I am. 1-2 to Braden Buchanan. And the pitch is away. 2-2. I don't know what we have other guys with the same name. We have.
I don't know.
Something about this one.
It is. I've done it about 6 dozen times.
I've done it before, and here I am doing it again. We got each other's back, though.
Yeah.
The 2-2 pitch in there, strike 3 call, and Buchanan knew it as he took the breaking ball for called strike 3. That's 6 for McAnally. You know, the strikeout number has continued to be a strength for him this year. He's now at 69 of them in 67 innings. 2 away, and here's Pearson Reebok. He jumped all over the first pitch he saw in the 4th inning for his 2nd home run of the year. McAnally with the pitch, a breaking ball out in front. Reebok fouled it off of his foot. It rolled all the way back to the mound, and the count is 0-1. Landcloss in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to bat this inning.
Why not hit with 2, right?
Obviously, this isn't even a lead. This is a tie ball game, but it feels like in this game no amount of runs could be enough. The pitch just off the plate away, and it's 1-1.
And Mitch said that in the pregame show, in his pregame comments this evening, that he talked about, you know, in this ballpark, in this situation, there's never enough. We talk about it in any ballpark in college baseball.
The pitch, backdoor breaking ball misses, and it's 2-1. And this is a Utah team that hits .340 at home. We're tied at 5 here in the top of 5. McAnally, a big sigh. And the 2-1 pitch to Reebok. Breaking ball misses again, 3-1. First of 3 between these two teams. Same time tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. We'll be on the air at 6:45. And then the regular season finale Saturday at 2. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Wave and a miss. Low cutter and the count full. Reebok will try to bear down with 2 strikes on him. 2 good at-bats prior, a successful sacrifice and a home run. Payoff on the way, and that's swung on and missed. And that's a 1-2-3 inning turned in by McAnally. Halfway home in this one, middle of 5. We're tied at 5. The Utes will have batters 4, 5, and 6 due up against Lucas Davenport when we return on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Hey there, campers. It's Jan from Toyota. Time to pack your bags and buckle your seatbelts because this summer we're headed to Camp Toyota. And the fun starts now. We're kicking things off by kicking up mud. Jump in, campers. We're going off-roading in a powerful new 4Runner. Next, we're heading to the hot springs in a spacious Sequoia.
Jan, what is that smell?
Sulfur stinks. Now we're hitting the hiking trails in a rugged Grand Highlander. And finally, park your Tundras and Tacomas around the campfire because we're roasting marshmallows. Don't worry if you burn a few, folks. I brought a truckload. Your summer starts here.
Right now, qualified buyers get 2.99% APR financing for 72 months, plus $1,000 subvention cash on a new 2026 Tundra. Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Event ends June 1st. Toyota, let's go places.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
High-scoring game here in Salt Lake City. The Bears and the Utes tied at 5 as Utah bats in the bottom of the 5th inning against Lucas Davenport. The right-handers allowed 5 runs on 8 hits in 4 innings. Interesting, Tom, no strikeouts, no walks. Every ball put in play by the Utes tonight, which Davenport obviously came into the game with 68 strikeouts in just over 56 innings, and he's he's not giving up many walks, but he's piled up strikeout numbers this year, but not the case tonight as he'll face Cameron Gurney, who had a 2-run homer in his first at-bat, and the pitch down and away, ball 1.
Another final in the Big 12, and UCF defeats Kansas State 10-6 over in Orlando.
It'll be a 1-0 to Gurney off the plate away. A native of Canada coming here to Salt Lake City. Big left-handed hitter.
Kansas State is now 10-17 in the Big 12.
Kansas State a couple of games behind the Bears. Here's the 2-0 pitch fouled off, and it's 2-1. You know, when Kansas State came to Waco in early March in a non-conference conference game, they were on fire, and they just have not been able to maintain it. The 2-1 pitch to Gurney, way out in front of a sharp slider, and it's 2-2. You know, one thing about Lucas Davenport, even when he's struggling, he generally can battle and give you innings, and, you know, the offense has had his back tonight. The 2-2 pitch, ripped down the right field line. That drops for a base hit. Janusek cuts it off, and that's the second hit of the night for Cameron Gurney. He's aboard to start the 5th inning. You ain't seen that with 2 strikes on.
Well, that's exactly what I was going to talk about. I mean, that is frustrating because you got 2 strikes on the guy and you don't put him away. And now they have their leadoff man aboard.
That'll bring up Cal Miller. Miller, a 366 hitting freshman with 6 homers and 26 runs batted in.
Third time that the Utes have been able to get their leadoff man aboard. The previous 2 times, he scored.
Now time to change that trend. Here's the pitch. Back into the net. A foul ball off the bat of Miller. That was headed this way, Tom, had the net not been there.
There is some space at the top of the net that I think, Derek, if it hit just right, we could be in foul ball territory.
It would take some English, but let's see. There's a rip into right field. Another base hit. Gurney on to second base, and the first two have reached here in the inning. Back-to-back singles to start the frame, bottom of 5 for Utah.
And the Bears starting to get things moving down in the pen. That's the Salina product, R.J. Rue, getting ready.
Tell you what, Tom, 19 hits, 10 runs between the two teams, and
we're in the 5th.
We're in the 5th. Yeah, you're right. Here's Jet Gilliam. Good hitting center fielder. He squares, pulls back as the fastball runs up and away. Gilliam trying to bunt him into scoring position. A .364 hitter with 6 home runs, so he's got some pop, but Gary Henderson, at least on that first pitch, was showing like he wanted to advance the runners. And Gilliam squares again. Infielders creep in, and the pitch bunted back wide of the mound. Davenport over to field, throw to first for the out. But Gilliam sacrifices Gurney on to third and Miller on to second.
And that is perfect baseball right there from Utah. Get the bunt down, get them on, get them over. Now they've got a couple of whacks at it to untie this game in a 5-5 contest. And really the only way you're going to keep them from scoring is have a ball hit right at somebody. Or get what he hasn't gotten tonight, that's a strikeout.
Now with Flaherty at the plate, you've got a guy with the third most strikeouts on the team. Flaherty, a .292 hitter with 5 homers and 32 RBIs. In the pitch, fouled back. It's 0-1. Flaherty 1 for 2 today with a single and a run scored. Tied at 5, but Utah threatening with runners at second and third and 1 out. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. The pitch to Flaherty on the way. He is lined fair down the left field line. That's going to bring home Gurney and Miller, and Utah takes the lead 7-5. That ball was lined just fair over third base, and Utah is back in front.
Inside-out swing, and he just slices it down the left field line and delivers his 8th double of the year. RBIs 33 and 34 for Flaherty, and now they've turned this game around with a bunch of deuces and a 7-5 lead. A 2 spot in the 4th, 2 more here in the 5th, and they're not down with the runner at second base with 1 out.
Here is Blake Eckerly, 0 for 2. The pitch inside, almost hit him. 1-0. Now back and forth this game goes. Baylor wrestled the lead back, but now Utah has scored 4 consecutive runs. Swing and a miss by Eckerly, 1-1.
Yeah, they got 3 in the 1st, 2 in the 4th, and 2 more here in the 5th. And
you know, it has felt, even though Baylor has scored, Tom, in 3 of 5 innings, there's been a couple innings where they've left, a little bit of meat on the bone. Ground ball to shortstop, right at Sanders. He throws on to first, and there's 2 away. Flaherty has to hold at second base. Here's Jack Cleveno, 2 for 2 today for the catcher. Cleveno, right-handed batter. He has raised his batting average from .244 at the start of the day to .277. He split time behind the plate. Here is the pitch. Boy, he crowds the plate. All of them look like they're coming right at him. The pitch is inside, ball 1. He took a cut. He took a cut at a fastball, but got a slider. You're going to count evens at 1-1. He has split time at the plate this year, Tom, with none other than Derek Smith. There's a throw back to second base. Now, in fact, not a throw as Davenport holds on to it.
How's Derek doing, by the way?
Not too well. Batting average a little anemic, which is probably on par for the name. 1-1. The pitch. Chopper wide to third. It's off the glove of Landcloss. It rolls out towards second, and all hands are safe. That would have been a very nice play by Landcloss, but the ball bounced off of his glove and ricocheted out towards second. Luckily, the lead runner, Flaherty, was not able to come home.
It's just a struggle right now for Dabby. Most everything that's being contacted by Utah has been hit hard, and that's going to be all for Davenport.
Head coach Mitch Thompson making a long, slow walk out of the dugout, and we'll see a pitching change. R.J. Rue, we would expect, will be the guy with a left-handed hitting leadoff man due up, and it will indeed be Rue. We'll tell you more about him when we return. We're tied at, it's a 7-5 Utah lead in the bottom of the fifth inning. This is Baylor Baseball, the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Hey, Baylor fans, this is your call to gear up with Harley-Davidson of Waco. Whether you're hitting the open road or tailgating at McLean Stadium, we've got the ride to match your Bear pride. Check out our wide selection of new and pre-owned motorcycles, visit our service department, or shop all the latest gear and accessories to show off your Baylor spirit and Harley pride. Visit us today and find your freedom on two wheels. Harley-Davidson of Waco, where Baylor fans never ride alone. Visit in-store or at hdwaco.com. Sick 'em Bears.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long distance meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
First out of the bullpen for the Bears is going to be the southpaw out of Salina, Texas, R.J. Rue. He's making his 26th appearance. He is 2-1 with a 3.52 earned run average in 23 innings of work. He's given up 11 runs, 9 of them earned on 20 hits. He has struck out 28. He has walked 10, and opponents are hitting .235 off of the right-hander R.J. Rue. In conference play, this will be his 14th appearance, 1-0 with a 2.61 earned run average, Derek. And this is a guy that made some adjustments in the offseason. One of the things that he did was elect to pitch faster. I mean, get the ball and instead of standing around out there on the mound, get the ball and pitch faster. And get into a rhythm and keep his defense in a rhythm, and I think that has paid dividends for R.J. Rue this year.
You know, Tom, you mentioned that Big 12 ERA, nearly a run less than his overall ERA. You really like that. He was a guy that 2 years ago as a freshman we thought, oh, he's going to be a big part of the plans. Then he got hurt and struggled last year. Well, he put in the work, and he's been a big part of the plans this season, and you're excited about what he's done and what's still to come.
Now, we got a long way to go, but, man, you want to limit as much as you can, and here's a chance to leave runners stranded with 2 outs and runners at the corners.
Good hitter at the plate in Luke Jacobs, lefty-lefty matchup. Jacobs has reached base all 3 times today, 2 hits and 3 trips to the plate, and the first pitch is a breaking ball away, ball 1. Boy, Jacobs actually has 7 hits in his last 2 games. He had 5 hits in their win over Utah Tech on Tuesday night. 1-0. The pitch. There's a breaking ball in tight on the hands, and it's 2-0. Well, for Rue, it's all about stranding these inherited runners. It's been an area he's been up and down this year. He's inherited 15. He has stranded 8. There's a fly ball to left field. Perez battling the sun, racing in. That's going to drop in front of him. A run scores to make it 8-5. That's just unfortunate, Tom. That ball was not well hit at all. Jacobs caught it off the end of the bat and hit it poorly enough that it blooped in front of Dylan Perez to make it an 8-5 game.
And again, here's the thing. You're playing back because the ball carries here, so the little bleeder off the bat falls in. But to Utah's credit, Derek, they're getting the ball in play.
They are. 8-5 Utah lead, their biggest lead of the night. Here's Jake Long, takes a breaking ball outside corner, strike 1. First and second with 2 away. It is a 3-run 5th inning for the Utes. Here's the pitch. Backdoor breaking ball, but that one misses. 1-1. Long, a sacrifice fly to his credit tonight. He's got 11 homers and 56 runs batted in. A powerful .363 hitter. Another lefty-lefty matchup in the pitch. In for a strike. All breaking balls to Long, and that one makes it 1-2. JUCO transfer from Santa Ana College in California. The pitch bounces up there. Well, he didn't have the release point on that breaking ball. Bounced up there, and it was a good block by Braden Buchanan. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Cleveno at second base, Jacobs at first. Here's the break-even pitch. Check swing. He went around. That's a strikeout. Fooled badly on the slow breaking ball by Rouet. The first strikeout of the game for the Bears. Strands a pair of base runners for the Utes, but not before Utah scores 3 runs in the inning. They get those 3 runs on 5 hits and leave a pair. Tom will have the play-by-play when we come back. It's an 8-5 Utah lead as we head to the 6th here in Salt Lake City on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Are you a diehard Bears fan? Sure, your entire closet is Baylor green and gold. All your pets' names have started with Judge, and that good old Baylor line is your ringtone. But do you have an official Baylor University toll tag? That small green and gold sticker reps the Bears and cuts your toll bill in half. Visit getmytolltag.com to purchase your specialty tag and deck your ride with Baylor pride. Small sticker, big savings, sick 'em Bears.
Favorite jeans, favorite shirt. Got Conecuh sausage and I'm firing it up. Yeah, everybody knows it's how I get my grill on. You can smell that flavor up and down the road. It's a little taste of heaven, and everybody knows it's how I get my grill on. Conecuh sausage. It's just a little taste of heaven.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
We're at the brand new America First Ballpark on the campus of the University of Utah. Baylor Baseball's first ever visit to Salt Lake City. And the home team, the Utes, have an 8-5 lead as we head to the top of the 6th inning. And they are sending a new pitcher to the mound. It is Dimitri Diamond. Dimitri Diamond, a right-hander, takes over for Coulter McAnally. Diamond is one of their top arms out of the pen, 17 appearances, a 2-1 record, a 2.97 ERA. Opposing batters are hitting .256 against Diamond, 20 strikeouts, 15 walks in 33 1/3 innings. Dimitri Diamond on the mound as Cole Landcloss makes his way to the plate, and here to tell you more is Tom.
All right, spell that, by the way, Diamant, Diamond. And Diamond ready to go to work against Landcloss. And the first pitch is a fastball that's downstairs for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Landcloss then back to the top of the order for Sanders and Armstrong. The Bears trailing by 3. They've been out hit tonight by 4, and we are in the 6th inning. This pitch is in there for a strike, and that squares the count at 1-1.
Tom, the final line on their starter, Coulter McAnally, 5 innings, allowed 5 runs on 9 hits, but 7 strikeouts and 3 walks. Those strikeouts kept Baylor from doing more damage.
1-1's a strike, and it's 1-2. He's in position for a win. He cannot lose it. 1-2 the count. Diamond ready to go, and the 1-2 to Landcloss is swung on a miss. He struck him out. That is the 8th strikeout for Utah pitching.
And the 3rd consecutive between McAnally and Diamond.
Five of the last 6 batters for the Bears have struck out, going back to the 4th inning. Now back to the top of the order for Travis Sanders, who collected his 21st multi-hit game with a solo homer back in the 4th. Travis singled in the 1st, struck out looking in the 2nd, and then hit the solo shot in the 4th inning, his 7th homer of the year. First pitch to Sanders is a fastball that's wide for ball 1. Dimitri Diamond again working in relief of Coulter McAnally. Thursday night here in Salt Lake City, the 1-0 pitch. It's inside for a ball. It's 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes. Tice Armstrong is on deck. Bears trying to climb back in, trailing 8-5. The 2-0. Swung on and a chopper foul over towards the Utah dugout. They occupy the third base dugout. Bears in the first base dugout. Symmetrical ballpark here at America First Credit Union Ballpark. 340 down the lines, 400 to straightaway center field. 2 balls, 1 strike. Sanders deep in the box on the right side, and the 2-1 pitch is hit on the ground slowly back up the middle. Ranging to his left is the shortstop Flaherty. He throws to first in time, and Sanders is retired 6-3.
Boy, bang, bang play. Sanders was hustling. I think he's asking Zach Dillon, do you think I was safe? But called out, and there's 2 down.
2 away, and that's going to bring up Tice Armstrong, who has singled, walked, and grounded into a fielder's choice. So he's 1 for 2 today with a run scored. Armstrong, 22 home runs, 60 RBIs. He takes a strike, and it's 0-1. And the Bears offense really has gone quiet since the 4th inning. The 0-1, cut on a miss. It's 0-2.
You know, Tom, Baylor has stranded 6 base runners, and, you know, they've had some opportunities to be a little closer than they are right now.
8-5 Utah. We are in the top of the 6th inning. The pitch is swung on a miss. A strikeout for Armstrong on a slider away, and the inning is over as another strikeout recorded by Utah pitching. Bears go quietly in the 6th. 1, 2, 3. We're headed to the home half of the 6th with our score. Utah 8, the Bears 5. This is Bears Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
At Baylor Scott & White McLean Children's, you'll find the care your child deserves and trusted expertise to set your mind at ease. With a network of convenient pediatric primary and specialty care clinics and an advanced medical center, they offer a full range of pediatric care close to home. Learn more at bswhealth.com/McLean-Children's. That's bswhealth.com/McLean-Children's.
Do you want to earn points while cheering on your favorite Baylor teams? Join Baylor Bold Rewards. Track your attendance on the Baylor Sports app across athletic events and earn points towards prizes and experiences. Download the Baylor Sports app or register online today at BaylorBoldRewards.com and start earning your points today.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Arambula, Gurney, and Miller to face R.J. Roué. And R.J.'s got one job, Derek, and that's to keep this thing at a 3-run deficit. We're 8-5 in favor of Utah on the bottom of the 6th inning.
You know, I thought he came on, Tom, there in the 5th and did a nice job. I know he allowed a run that was charged to starter Lucas Davenport, but against 2 really good hitters. One, he struck out and really made Long look bad at the plate. And then the other just fisted a flare that was not well hit at all, but dropped for a hit.
Yeah, the final line on Lucas, 8 runs on 12 hits, just 4 2/3. And last week, Lucas only lasted 4 innings, giving up 7 runs on 6 hits. So it has not been a good couple of weeks for Lucas Davenport. Arambula takes a strike at 2-1. Daniel Arambula singled in the 1st and scored, and also drove in a run in the 1st. Flied out in the 2nd, grounded out in the 4th, so he is 1 for 3. And the pitch swung on and hit slowly on the ground out to Sanders, the shortstop. A one-hopper to first base, and there's an out. I don't understand that.
I am confused on that, Tom. It looked like he just barely flipped that, almost like he was trying to throw it to the second baseman. They had to get it from the 6-hole to first, and honestly, he was lucky it got there.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think that's part of the game plan.
And that's 2 of them today. Neither of them bit the Bears, but that's confusing.
1 down, and here's Cameron Gurney. Pitch to Gurney, misses for a ball, and it's 1-0. Gurney hit a 2-run homer in the bottom of the 1st, grounded out in the 3rd, then singled and scored in the 5th inning. So he's got a 2 for 3 night with a couple of runs driven in and a couple of runs scored. This 1-0 pitch misses for a ball, and it's 2-0. Now, I'm back to the Travis Sanders things. I'm perplexed. I mean, he didn't have any zip on that ball, and it just bounced over to Travis. And
he looked a little nonchalant.
Yeah, 2-0 is a breaker for a strike, and it's 2-1.
as did the other one. You know, I don't know if it's just misjudging or what, but you don't want to see that.
2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the 2-1 from Rue, and it's down low, ball 3, 3-1. 1 out, nobody on. Home half of the 6th inning. Utah leading 8-5. They've out-hit the Bears 13-9. The Bears have made a couple of mistakes, and Utah has not made a mistake. 3-1, waved at and missed, and it's 3-2.
He doesn't seem to like that breaking ball.
3 balls and 2 strikes to Cameron Gurney, the first baseman. And the 3-2, just a bit off the plate for a ball, and he's walked him with 1 out. That's the first walk issued by Baylor pitching.
Boy, not a bad pitch by Rue, but Gurney didn't chase, and it was just off the plate.
Here's the second baseman, Cal Miller, the 5'11", 205-pound freshman from Centerville, Utah. Left-handed bat to face the southpaw, R.J. Rue. Middle infield's going to move to double play depth, and Tice Armstrong will hold at first base. Gurney with 7 stolen bases in 9 tries, a minimal lead at first base, and the first pitch on the way to Miller's a strike, and it's 0-1. I mean, he's just a couple of steps off the first base bag. 0-1 the count. Rue working from the middle of the pitching rubber, kicks and comes home. The 0-1 is a breaking ball fouled straight back. It's 0-2.
Boy, Tom, looking out in left field, Perez still having to contend with that setting sun, and he'll actually have to move, depending on the ball, from sun to shadows, which is a tough thing to do as the shadows are kind of slicing across the middle of left field.
0-2 the count. RJ is ready. Looks over to first base, and a second check to first, and here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball, and that hit him. It's a dead ball, strike 3. He said he stuck his arm out, snap throw to first, and back in time at first base. It's a dead ball anyway, so it's a dead ball. That the play at first doesn't count. It's a dead ball strike. He stuck his arm out, and so the ball hit him, and so it's a dead ball strike. So he was hit by the pitch, but it was ruled that he stuck his arm out into the strike zone, so that's a strikeout for RJ.
You know, that's one of those rules. And Gary Henderson, he's out to talk to the umpire, and he's just protecting his player a little bit and making sure he was in there. But it's very true. If the ball's in the zone, it doesn't matter if it hits you or not. It's a strike, and that's what happened there.
Yeah, he literally tried to get hit with the pitch, and he knew it was a breaking ball. And that wasn't a very long conversation with Gary Henderson. He was, as you said, just kind of taking care of his guy. Now, we did have the snap throw down to first, but all of that was irrelevant because the play was dead. Just as soon as that ball hit him, that's a dead ball. And so we got all excited about the throw to first base for no reason. 2 outs, a runner at first, and here's Gillum. Jet Gillum stands in, and he shows bunt and takes one wide for a ball, and it's 1-0.
You know, Tom, that is a true dead ball. There are some plays that the runner can still move at his own peril, but that's not one.
1 ball and no strikes. There goes the runner. The throw goes to first. Armstrong will grab it. He'll throw down to shortstop. Sanders covering the bag at second, and they got the runner, Gurney, by 2 feet. Gurney was going on first move, and that first move was to throw to Tice Armstrong at first from R.J. Rue, and then he throws to Sanders covering the bag at second. And so that's a 1-6-3 caught stealing, and the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the Utah Utes here in the 6th. We're through 6, 8-5 Utah on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Hey Baylor fans, this is your call to gear up with Harley-Davidson of Waco. Whether you're hitting the open road or tailgating at McLean Stadium, we've got the ride to match your Bear pride. Check out our wide selection of new and pre-owned motorcycles, visit our service department, or shop all the latest gear and accessories to show off your Baylor spirit and Harley pride. Visit us today and find your freedom on 2 wheels. Harley-Davidson of Waco, where Baylor fans never ride alone. Visit in-store or at hdwaco.com. Sick 'em Bears.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. And a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long business meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line.
From the Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Studios, this is KRZI Waco, K222DC Waco, K265DV Temple, ESPN Central Texas.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
For the Bears, it's going to be Janusek, Perez, and Snow here in the top of the 7th inning. Baylor trailing 8-5. Utah with 3 in the first, 2 in the 4th, and 3 in the 5th. Baylor with 1 in the first, 2 in the 2nd, and 2 more in the 4th. 8-5 Utah, and here's Janusek. First pitch to Brady's a strike, and it's 0-1. Janusek struck out in the first, walked in the second, walked again in the 4th. Starts the day with 11 home runs, 41 driven in. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and a tapper out in front of the mound, and this ball is going to be a foul ball between, I say out in front of the mound, out towards the home plate area, and that's a foul ball. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. The 11 home runs by Janusek has him tied with Max Muncy for the all-time freshman lead in a Baylor uniform. So a year that we didn't think the home run ball was going to be that prevalent for the Bears has quite honestly been a weapon for them.
We've seen 2 records fall that have stood for a long time. One 16 years and
0-2 is skied into shallow right center field. On comes the center fielder, Gillum, and he'll put it away, and there's 1 down.
Gillum had to run a long way for that, but he got there.
And the Bears, prior to that AB, Derek had struck out 6 of their last 8 plate appearances. The bats have just kind of quieted down against this Utah pitching staff. Baylor's trying to win on the road for the 7th time this year. They're 6-10 in true road games. Pitch to Perez is cut on a miss. There's strike 1. 1-5 in neutral site games, so they are 7-15 away from Magnolia Field at Baylor Ballpark.
Meanwhile, Utah's 15-6 at home.
0-1 is poked out in the left field. Coming in on it is Long, and Long is going to camp under it, make the catch, and there's 2 down.
Tom, that's 10 straight retired by Utah since the Bears, they took the lead in the 4th inning on the home runs by Reebok and by Sanders. Then the Bears got 2 on but couldn't bring them in, and it's been 10 straight retired since that time.
Here's Hunter Snow. He's first ball hacking, sends 1 foul. There's strike 1.
That was 97 on the fastball if that gun is accurate.
Pitch down low for a ball.
I don't know if that was accurate or not.
One ball, 1 strike. There are 2 outs, nobody on, and the pitch to Snow is down low for a ball, and it's 2-1. Good eye by Hunter. Singled and stole a base in the 1st inning and drove in a run, and then flied out in the 3rd and struck out in the 4th. Here's the 2-1. It's inside ball 3. Should he reach, then Ty Johnson's going to get a chance. We're at the top of the 7th inning. Bears on the short end of an 8-5 score. It's a strange game. You felt like Baylor had this game in control. 3-1's a strike, and it's 3-2.
Yeah, the tough thing is twice Baylor has let Utah answer immediately when Baylor had taken a lead.
You've gotten help at the bottom of the batting order tonight. 3-2. Called strike 3. Down looking goes Hunter Snow, and he's barking at the home plate umpire. And the inning is over as the Bears strike out and go 1-2-3 in the 7th. Stretch time here in Salt Lake City. It's 8-5 Utah. This is Bears baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Baylor fans, ready to keep it cool this season? Ice and Easy delivers premium ice lightning fast. From tailgates to restaurants, construction sites, concerts, and races, Ice and Easy has you covered. Game day or work day, keep your drinks cold and your spirits bold. Ice and Easy, we deliver, you chill. Proud supporter of the Baylor Bears.
Hellberg Barbecue is a family-owned business started here in Waco, Texas, and proud to serve the local area. They love to cater all kinds of events, big and small. Serving Baylor and its families is one of their favorite things, and they even ship barbecue nationwide. Check them out while here in Waco or online and support one of Waco's local barbecue restaurants, Hellberg Barbecue. Salt, pepper, and a whole lot of prayer.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
2 strikes, 2 outs. The 2-2 pitch swung on and lined. A diving catch made by Landclaws. Landclaws diving towards the second base bag. He lays out and he robs Cleveno of his 4th hit of the night, and the Utah Utes come up empty in the 7th inning. No runs on 1 hit. They strand a base runner. Through 7, 8-5 Utah. This is Bears Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Hey there, campers! It's Jan from Toyota. Time to pack your bags and buckle your seatbelts because this summer we're headed to Camp Toyota. And the fun starts now! We're kicking things off by kicking up mud. Jump in, campers. We're going off-roading in a powerful new 4Runner. Next, we're heading to the hot springs in a spacious Sequoia.
Jan, what is that smell?
Sulfur stinks. Now we're hitting the hiking trails in a rugged Grand Highlander. And finally, park your Tundras and Tacomas around the campfire because we're roasting marshmallows. Don't worry if you burn a few, folks. I brought a truckload. Your summer starts here.
Right now, qualified buyers get 2.99% APR financing for 72 months, plus $1,000 subvention cash on a new 2026 Tundra. Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Event ends June 1st. Toyota, let's go places.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Well, the Utes have an 8-5 lead as we move on to the 8th inning. 8 runs, 14 hits, no errors, 7 men left on base for the Utah Utes. For the Bears, 5 runs, 9 hits, a couple of errors, and they have stranded 6 base runners. For the Bears in the top of the 8th inning, it's going to be Johnson, Buchanan, and Reebok. And here to bring us home is Derek.
Hey, thank you very much, Tom. Hey, Baylor fans, this baseball season make Pepsi your go-to game day drink because it's the only drink for baseball watching. Pepsi. It's what I like. Proud partner, Baylor Bears baseball. Well, the Bears have got to get the offense going once more. 11 straight batters retired by Utah pitching from their starter, Coulter McAnally, and then their reliever, Dimitri Diamond. The first pitch, a breaking ball, just missing to Ty Johnson. And the count is 1-0. Ty Joe 1 for 3 today. Left-handed hitter against the right-handed arm of Dimitri Diamond, and Johnson cuts and tops a fastball foul. It's 1-1. Well, sunset, Tom, isn't for almost another half hour here, which means that fielders, particularly the Bears, will have to continue to contend with it. 1-1 pitch, lifted foul out of play. I mean, we've seen, and I did notice Dimitri Diamond warming up in between innings, Tom, was shading his eyes after pitches.
It's tough. I mean, this sun is brutal the way this field is configured.
Here's the 1-2 pitch, up and away with a fastball. And, you know, Tom, these mountains out here that we've been talking about, the Wasatch Mountain front over the wall in right field, I mean, you can just see the sun shining off of that. It is bright. The 2-2, that's a swing and a miss at a pitch in the turf. Trevino throws on to first to complete the strikeout. That's 4 of them for Diamond. And, Tom, that's 11 now for Utah pitching tonight.
You're just not going to be able to do the things you want to do if you're going to punch out that many times. I mean, you just can't do it. And that's been the case. That's been an issue with this club all season long, to be perfectly honest.
Baylor third in the Big 12 in strikeouts at the plate, and that's not a number you want to be near the top of the conference in. Pitch up and away, ball 1 to Braden Buchanan.
I'm watching Gillum in center and Jacobs in right, and they're both shading their eyes with their gloves.
It'll be a 1-0 pitch, a wave and a miss and a sharp breaking ball, and it's 1-1. Hey, right field's the place to be tonight, right? Just calm, cool, and collected, not having to deal. Well, even as I said,
that's what I'm saying. Jacobs. Yeah.
He is. Strike poured in, and it's 1-2. Eight runs, 14 hits for Utah, 5-9-2 for the Bears as Buchanan fights off a breaking ball foul to stay alive. We have seen 3 lead changes, 2 ties in the game. 1-2, but unfortunately most of these last few innings have gone the way of the Utes. 1-2 pitch, he was way out in front, strike 3. That's 5 strikeouts out of the pen for Diamond. And the 2-out batter will be Pearson Reebok. That's now 13 batters straight retired by Utah. How are things going in Provo, Tom? Let's take a look down there.
Well, it's getting interesting, I can tell you that.
Yeah. Here's the first pitch to Reebok. Fastball in for a strike.
They're in the top of the 6th inning, so it's a slow-moving game, and the Jayhawks lead it 6-4.
Oh, wow. So BYU fighting back a little bit.
They are. Showing a little fight at home.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Hey, nothing's safe there. You and I will never forget. Baylor was up 18-5 on BYU and on the verge of run ruling them, but BYU scored a couple of runs to negate the run rule. Here's the 1-1 pitch off the plate away and proceeded to score the game's last 12 runs. Somehow the Bears held on for an 18-17 win, and that's one of those games that you and I always be like, hey, one time there was this game. We won, but it got scary. Foul ball sliced down the left field line out of play, 2-2. Ball does fly up here in Utah.
There, guys, just doing a quick math. 9 of the last 13 Bears have struck out.
It's not what we would choose. 2-2 pitch, strike 3 call. Make it 10 of 14 now as Reebok is retired. Diamond strikes out the side here in the 8th inning. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Top of the order due up for Utah. They lead the Bears 8-5 in this Thursday night series opener on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar. The better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Listen to that endless pour. Pure refreshment. If it sounds this good, just imagine how it tastes. Oh yeah, so good. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
Do you want to earn points while cheering on your favorite Baylor teams? Join Baylor Bold Rewards. Track your attendance on the Baylor Sports app across athletic events and earn points towards prizes and experiences. Download the Baylor Sports app or register online today at BaylorBoldRewards.com and start earning your points today.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Tom Barfield, Derek Smith back here with you at America First Ballpark, the new home of the Utah Utes in Salt Lake City. Van Goodall, our producer, back in Waco. Glad to have you with us on this Thursday night, the final series opener of the regular season, but so far not quite so good for the Bears. They trail Utah by a score of 8-5. Utah has scored the game's last 5 runs. Although R.J. Rue did a nice job in relief for the Bears, coming on in place of starter Lucas Davenport. He went 2 1/3 scoreless innings. Couple of hits, 2 strikeouts, and a walk. And he gives way now to Charlie Atkinson. Atkinson, the big right-handed junior for the Bears, will bring to the mound a 2-0 record and a 4.81 ERA in 22 appearances. He is in 33 2/3 innings, struck out 22. He's walked 17. Opposing batters are hitting .294 against Atkinson, but Tom, he'd been in a rough stretch. He'd allowed 10 runs in 4 2/3 innings over 3 appearances, but then his last 3 innings in his last 2 appearances, just one unearned run. So hopefully sign of things to come. First pitch is a strike to the leadoff man, Luke Jacobs. Jacobs is 3 for 4 today. He's been tough to retire for the Bears. A 93-mile-an-hour heater from Atkinson, and now he's ready to get back to work with the 0-1 pitch, and it is 0-2 as he drops the breaking ball, over the outside corner.
Well, the 9-hole hitter and the 1-hole hitter have been very productive for this Utah club, but Jacobs now finds himself in a hole, as you mentioned, 0-2.
Atkinson lets it loose and bounces the breaking ball up there. It is 1-2. Bears have 3 home runs on the night. They've got homers from Cole Landcloss, from Travis Sanders, and from Pearson Reebok. 1-2 the count. Here is the pitch. It's swung on and bounced back foul. This is, Max Calderon tells us, the first game in which the first time Baylor has had back-to-back games with at least 3 or more homers since March 14th and 16th, 2021 against Xavier and UTSA. Here's the 1-2 pitch, waving a miss. Had him completely fooled at the breaking ball. That's a strikeout for Atkinson to start his appearance, and there's one away. And it'll bring up Jake Long. If you're wondering, Baylor will have 9-1-2 due up in the 9th inning. Landclaw, Sanders, and Armstrong needing at least 3 runs to draw even. Hopefully no more. Fastball outside, and it is 1-0. Tom, despite all the runs in this game, it's actually kind of been at a fast pace because of the Bears' bats have just been quieter these last few innings. Breaking ball off the plate away, and it's 2-0.
Well, and as you mentioned, the Bears have hit 3 home runs.
Utah with 8 runs on 14 hits. The Bears 5 runs, 9 hits, and 2 errors. Pitch down and away, and it is 3-0. Tom, another good outing from R.J. Ruwe. He had a couple of rough ones mixed in the last couple of weeks, but seems like he's right back into form. He's been really the most reliable arm out of the pen this year from start to finish. Breaking ball catches the corner for his strike, and it's 3-0. I think Bunch has been, he's kind of had some struggles the last few. He'd been the most obviously just dominant as there's a pitch off the plate away, ball 4, and Long is walked. Bunch you would have thought would have been the one, but with his recent struggles, I'd say, Ruwe's been the most consistently reliable this year.
Bergey's starting to get ready down there if the Bears need him. And
well,
you know who's soft tossing down there?
Who's that?
Stefan Stahl.
Stefan Stahl. We heard we might see him this weekend. And, Tom, it's going to be interesting to see how they do pitch it the rest of the night. Should this game, should Baylor have to pitch again after this inning? Runner at first, 1 out. Here is the pitch to Arambula. Swings through a breaking ball. The count 0-1. This is just the first of 3 between these two teams already. We've seen a top arm, 2 of your top 4 arms out of the pen in Ruwe and Atkinson. We knew that Stefan Stahl might pitch again this weekend, and he's warming up now. There's a breaking ball that misses high, and it's 1-1. Then you got Berkman, one of your leverage arms out there as well. So at least, 4 of your top 5 guys out of the pen have at least warmed up tonight. As Atkinson steps off the rubber. Arambula 1 for 4 tonight with an RBI single back in the first inning. Jake Long with the lead at first base, Bears middle infield. Thinking potentially about 2, although Sanders is deep in the 6 hole, more so than normal with the right-hander up. Breaking ball bounces up there, and it's 2-1. Tom, I don't know how much they can still see the sun out there, but finally all of left field is covered in shadows. Here's a mound visit from Sean Snedeker after a strikeout to the leadoff man, Luke Jacobs. Atkinson has suddenly struggled to find the zone.
Down in Houston, the Arizona State Sun Devils win tonight over Houston. It was a tough one, 4-3 the final there. Yeah, for a 6-21 club, they play hard, don't they?
They do. It's going to be interesting. Todd Whitting has been there a long time, but that program has struggled the last few years. I mean, they've had a lot of success under Todd Whitting, but the program has struggled the last few years, and now it's about to miss the tournament.
Why? Well, why are they struggling?
I don't know.
I mean, that's the first question I ask is if a guy who's had success all of a sudden is not. Question is why, and could it be an NIL issue?
It could be. Runner goes. The pitch is swung on and ripped foul. They had the hit and run on there, and the count evens at 2-2.
Isn't that fair, though? I mean, your first thought would be NIL. At least it would be for me. And you're right, because he's such a good coach.
And it's interesting because, their men's basketball program, their football program are on the ascendance, but that is not. It could be that you just never know who's getting attention and who's not at places. 2-2, the pitch. There's a fastball up, and the count is full at 3-2.
Charlie thought he had him with that pitch and just didn't get the call.
Arambula back in the box. Atkinson comes set, and he is ready with a payoff pitch. Runner on the move, and that's up and in, ball 4. Back-to-back walks after the strikeout to Jacobs, and Utah is threatening here without even needing a hit to do so, and the batter will be Cameron Gurney. He's 2 for 3 tonight with a single, a 2-run homer, and a pair of runs scored.
Well, in this ballpark, Derek, I think it's pretty safe to say you cannot have free bases.
No, you're right.
I mean, you will pay the price because it doesn't take much to get a knock in this park.
Well, 14-hit night for Utah. Baylor pitchers, meanwhile, have given them a few free bases. That's the third walk allowed by Baylor pitchers, along with 3 strikeouts. Here's the pitch to Gurney. Fastball off the plate away, ball 1. Gurney gave Utah a lead back in the first inning on his 7th home run of the season. No doubter over the wall in right field. Pitch is low, and it's 2-0. And man, Atkinson is just struggling with his command here.
Yeah, it's just he's lost the zone. I mean, it's as simple as that. He is just having a lot of trouble locating the zone, and he's falling behind again at 2-0. And last thing you want to do is groove one to the left-handed hitting Gurney.
Here's the pitch. He flinched and took ball 3. Off the plate away, and Atkinson is in danger of walking the bases loaded here. All kinds of activity in the Baylor pen. 3-0, and that's ball 4. Missed down and away, and they're loaded for Cal Miller.
Are they going to go get him?
Well, we'll keep an eye on. We'll take a look down there. Mitch Thompson is staying put at the moment. Tom, that looks like Grand Central Terminal out there in the Baylor bullpen. And now Braden Buchanan out to have a word with Charlie Atkinson. And this appears to be a stall.
Yeah, that's all this is. They're trying to get, I guess, Berge ready.
8-5, Utah leads, but they're a base hit away from really breaking the game open. Right now, despite the fact that Baylor has not had a base runner since the 4th inning, you still get the feeling like if they can get a runner aboard in the 9th, it's anyone's ball game if it's still an 8-5 game.
Yeah, I mean, in this ballpark, anything's possible. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, look at the board right now. There's a 3 spot in the 1st inning. There's a 3 spot in the 5th inning. There's also 1, 2, 3, 2 spot. I mean, they come in bunches in this ballpark is my point.
Yeah. Well, here's Cal Miller, left-handed hitting second baseman. Bases loaded. 1 out. Strike on the outside corner from Charlie Atkinson. Located the fastball there, and it's 0-1. Miller 1 for 4 today. He's a good hitter, .366 with 6 homers and 26 runs batted in. Here's the pitch. Off the plate away and low, 1-1. Well, the wind has been blowing out tonight. The 8-5 score indicates that. 8-5 Utah. Here is the pitch. Swept foul, out of play. Third base side, and it's 1-2. Boy, would it be big if Charlie Atkinson could dial up a strikeout here. Or a ground ball double play, but right now, just anything that gets an out without the runners advancing. The 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. A breaking ball, and that is a strikeout. Big one there for Charlie Atkinson, and there's 2 away.
Probably kept him in the game, wouldn't you suspect?
Yeah. Not out of the woods yet, as Jet Gilliam is the batter. He's 2 for 3 today with a pair of singles and a sacrifice. That was a clutch strikeout, though, for Charlie Atkinson.
No question.
He had walked the bases loaded. And now there's 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Gilliam. It's high, ball 1. Now you got to maintain that groove because there's nowhere to put Gilliam. The pitch, high 2-0. Big pitch forthcoming here for Atkinson. Takes a big sigh, walks off the mound.
Just got to throw a strike here. You don't want to go 3-0 with the bases loaded.
The stretch and the pitch. That is lined on. One hop to second base. Reebok has it, throws to first. Inning over. Nice job there by Charlie Atkinson to wriggle off the hook. And we roll on to the 9th inning. The Bears trail by a score of 8-5. 3 outs to do something about a 3-run deficit when we return to Salt Lake City after this on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
If you need a trailer, Flat Rock Trailers has got you covered. From light-duty single-axle utility trailers to the Big Tex tandem duals. We also carry a full line of enclosed cargo trailers. Need a motorcycle trailer? We've got them. Need a dump trailer? We've got the largest selection in the state. Oilfield trailers? We carry a full line of Big Tex trailers to handle all your needs. Trailer repairs? We repair all makes and models. We'll even rent you a trailer if you need to use one for a day. Flat Rock Trailers, your #1 source for all your trailer needs. Find us at flatrocktrailers.com.
At Magnolia Realty, award-winning agents set the bar for professionalism and excellence. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, Magnolia's full-service brokerage will guide you through every step of the process with expert industry knowledge. Their agents are fully invested in learning your story and customizing the real estate experience to suit your stage of life. Magnolia Realty has been serving cities across Texas since 2007, including Waco, Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, and Temple. To get connected or learn more, visit magnoliarealty.com.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Well, comeback time for the Bears, hopefully. They trail Utah 8-5 heading into the top of the 9th inning. Utah pitchers have retired 14 straight Baylor hitters. Dimitri Diamond has not allowed a base runner since coming on in relief of starter Coulter McAnally. And the Bears will try to change that here in the top of the 9th inning with Cole Landcloss, Travis Sanders, and Tice Armstrong. Well, you like this trio at the plate to try to make something happen. Landcloss' first career homer. Sanders has a homer tonight, and Tice Armstrong has picked up a hit as well. First pitch to Landcloss. He's in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Tom, just get on base. Just get on base, and let's try to get some pressure on these Utah pitchers who haven't had much of it in the latter innings after experiencing all kinds of it early. Landcloss out in front of a breaking ball. It's 0-2.
That's the formula. You just get on base and give Armstrong and Janusek an opportunity to swing with traffic and see what you can do trailing 8-5 here in the 9th.
Landcloss needs to bear down, but he strikes out swinging on 3 pitches. 3 breaking balls. Just really fooled on all of those by Diamond, who has now struck out, Tom, 5 consecutive batters dating back to the end of the 7th inning.
Number 6, Travis Sanders.
Here is Travis Sanders. He's 2 for 4 tonight. His hitting streak is at 10 games. His on-base streak is at 18.
14 strikeouts between the 2 Utah pitchers.
Boy, and I tell you what, it really looked like early on. Here's the pitch to Sanders. Off the plate, away, ball 1. It really looked like it was going to be one of those nights where both teams were just pounding, the ball at the plate. Baylor was up 5-3 in the 4th inning and had a pair of runners on with 1 out, but that has been the high water mark at this point, as a fastball from Diamond just misses the plate away, drawing murmurs from the Utah fans here. Two 2-0 to Sanders in there for his strike. Fastball at the knees, 2-1. Tice Armstrong is on deck. Bears need 2 base runners to bring the potential tying run to the plate. They have 2 more outs to go, down 8-5. The pitch, swing and a breaking ball and a topper foul behind the plate. It's 2-2. Diamond has retired all 10 batters he's faced. Stocky right-hander. Lights beginning to take effect for the first time. Here's the break-even pitch that is grounded out to the deep short. It's going to be a long throw, and it's not in time. It was closer than I thought it might be. Flaherty's throw, though, not in time. That was a slow roller deep into the 6-hole. Sanders hustling to first base there is able to get there.
It's a 3-hit day for Travis, and that's the 9th 3-hit ball game he's had this year.
Well, now you need Armstrong to get aboard somehow and set the table for Brady Janusek. Middle infield thinking 2 for Utah. 1 out, top of the 9th. A runner aboard for the Bears. We're down 8-5. The pitch, a fastball just off the plate away. Fans suddenly don't like the strike zone from Ramon Armendariz, the home plate umpire. Tice awaits the 1-0 pitch. It's on the way. That's belted deep down the left field line, but a foul ball. He hit it a long way, but he was out in front, and the count evened a ball and a strike. Tice has reached base 3 or 4 trips today with 1 hit. His hitting streak is at 10 games. His on-base streak, a career high 24. Diamond ready with the 1-1 pitch. It's on the way. He's out in front of a breaking ball away, and it's 1-2. Well, can he bear down? Struck out his last at bat. He's coiled and ready. Diamond with the 1-2 pitch, and it's swung on and missed. He was badly fooled there at that low breaking ball, and the Bears are down to their final out.
He had slider away, and you know he'd gotten where he was taking that pitch, and he's struck out on it tonight a couple of times.
By the way, neglected to mention, Tom, that Travis Sanders single snapped a string of 15 straight retired by Utah pitchers. Now it's up to Brady Janusek to try to get on base. If he does, Dylan Perez would be the potential tying run. But Janusek has to get on to keep the game going. He flinched at a breaking ball, appeal down to first base. Jake Uhlenhoff rules that Janusek went around. It'll be a 0-1 pitch. Diamond cuts it loose. That's low, and it's 1-1. Janusek today has walked twice. He's also struck out and flied out to center. You would take a walk here.
Yeah, you'll take anything.
Diamond has yet to walk a batter on the game. The 1-1 pitch is hammered high in the air. Back deep to left center field. That ball is out of here, and it's a 1-run ball game. And Brady Janusek now owns the single-season freshman home run record, moving past Max Muncy's 2010 season with his 12th of the year. And it pulls the Bears to within 1 here in the top of the 9th inning. No doubt about that one. He absolutely got the arms extended and got all of it. And now Perez is the potential tying run.
Hey, what is that, 4 home runs tonight for the Bears?
Yeah.
And Utah's hit just 1?
Back-to-back 4 home run games for the Bears. Well, Perez now with a chance to tie the game, or at least to get on base. They've got the shift on against him, and the first pitch is inside, almost hit him. Hunter Snow, the on-deck hitter. The Bears are down 8-7, scoring their first run since the 4th inning.
Get on base, let Snow have a chance.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. It's low. Beg your pardon, it was a 1-0 pitch, so it's now 2-0 to Perez. Bears down by a run, down to their final out. 2-0, the pitch to Perez. He took a hack at the fastball and rolled it foul. Zach Dillon goes after it and about runs into the wall there. 2-1. Diamond rocks and fires, and the pitch down and away, 3-1.
Get on base. Get on base. Bring the go-ahead run to the plate.
The pitch well outside, ball 4. Dylan Perez tosses the bat, and he'll jog on down to first base as the potential tying run here in the top of the 9th inning. Hunter Snow now the potential go-ahead run. We have a visit at the mound that seems to have been initiated by the players, but we'll see. Dimitri Diamond had been in a groove. He had retired the first 10 batters he's faced, but he has now allowed 2 runs here in the 9th inning.
They're going to make a change.
Yep, here's Gary Henderson making his way out of the dugout, and they're going to bring on a new arm to face Hunter Snow, it would appear. taking a look at who they have in the pin. And that is going to be it. That is going to be it for Diamond. Well, he gave them 3 2/3 strong innings, but he exits in place of another reliever, their third pitcher of the night. We will keep it here. It's a right-handed arm. It's a left-hander, Hunter Snow, so you might think, would they bring a left-hander in?
Well, that's what I was looking for, Derek. You're 100% correct. I kept looking for the southpaw down there and didn't see it. Abercrombie's on the bump.
Senior veteran Justin Abercrombie takes over. He's 1-2 in 14 appearances with a 7.82 ERA. 23 strikeouts, 13 walks in 25 and a third innings. Tom, opposing batters are hitting .324 against him. He's allowed 6 home runs and 11 doubles, and that double total is significant because with 2 outs, Perez is going to go on contact. So if you could find a gap, that would tie the game up most likely.
100%, and Perez can run. The aggressiveness of Jim Blair in that third base coaching box. He's going to be waving that arm, frantically waving that arm. And
now head coach Mitch Thompson is out of the dugout talking with Ramon Armendariz and see if he is making any moves. May just be checking in with things with the home plate umpire, because right now it appears that Perez is heading back to first, and Hunter Snow. No, we're going to see Bo Caraway. Just about to say, might we see Caraway? Now, Dylan Perez has speed, Tom, but Bo Caraway can fly. So Bo Caraway will pinch run at first base for Dylan Perez. And you get that. You do.
Because we saw earlier in the year, and I think it was down in Houston, I never saw a human being go first to third faster than him.
And it was in a situation like this. It was in Round Rock, Oregon State.
Okay, that's
You're
right.
Yeah, it was Oregon State. And he flew around the bases. So here is Hunter Snow. He is 1 for 4 tonight, an RBI single back in the first inning. Abercrombie on the mound, third pitcher of the night for Utah. They lead the Bears 8-7. Bears have the tying run at first with 2 outs in the ninth, and there's a throw over, and Caraway back standing up.
Kind of stumbled back into that first base bag.
He's being held on by Cameron Gurney. Good lead at first. The kick and the pitch. A swing and a dribbler wide of the mound. It's picked up by Abercrombie. Sets his feet, throws to first, and Utah holds on for an 8-7 victory. Well, the Bears threatened in the ninth inning, but a stretch in which Utah retired 15 in a row proves to be too much to overcome as the Utes take the opener. 8-7, the final score. Our postgame show is coming up next. We'll hear from Bears head coach Mitch Thompson, look at some of the numbers in this one, and get you ready for tomorrow. Brady Janusek claims the freshman home run record all for himself, but he can only pull the Bears within 1 on it, and they fall by an 8-7 score. This is Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Are you a diehard Bears fan? Sure, your entire closet is Baylor green and gold. All your pets' names have started with Judge, and that good old Baylor line is your ringtone. But do you have an official Baylor University toll tag? That small green and gold sticker reps the Bears and cuts your toll bill in half. Visit getmytolltag.com to purchase your specialty tag and deck your ride with Baylor pride. Small sticker, big savings, sick 'em Bears.
This is it right here? Okay.
At Baylor Scott & White McLean Children's, you'll find the care your child deserves and trusted expertise to set your mind at ease. With a network of convenient pediatric primary and specialty care clinics and an advanced medical center, they offer a full range of pediatric care close to home. Learn more at bswhealth.com/McLean-Children's. That's bswhealth.com/McLean-Children's. Children's.
Are you tired of slow internet? Are data caps and throttling making it impossible to stream your favorite shows and movies? If so, it sounds like it's time to switch to Nextlink Internet. With Nextlink, there are no data caps and no throttling, just super fast internet speeds, up to 1 gig over wireless in some areas. Plus, Nextlink is an official partner of Baylor Athletics. So don't wait another minute. Give Nextlink a call or go online to nextlinkinternet.com to see what special offers are available to you. Blazing fast internet is just a click or phone call away. Sick 'em, Bears.
Favorite jeans, favorite shirt. Got Connecticut sausage and I'm firing it up. Yeah, everybody knows it's how I get my grill on. You can smell that flavor up and down the road. It's a little taste of heaven, and everybody knows it's how I get my grill on. Connecticut sausage. It's just a little taste of heaven.
This has been live coverage of Baylor baseball. Now, it's time for the post-game show. Brought to you by Bubba's 33, Scratch Made, Food for All, Gulf States Toyota, Let's Go Places, Baylor Scott and White, the official hospital and healthcare system of Baylor Athletics. Your healthcare, your way. Premier ER and Urgent Care. Feel better now. Rudy's Barbecue, the home of real Texas barbecue. Stay tuned as we break down the game, listen to highlights, talk with Coach Thompson, players, and more. All coming up on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
8-7 the final. Let's go downstairs as Derek is standing by with the head coach, Mitch Thompson.
Thanks very much, Tom Boy, Coach. 4 home runs, 7 runs tonight. You really started and finished strong at the place, but it just felt like those middle innings, the offense didn't look like themselves.
Well, yeah, we went about 4 innings in a row and didn't do a whole lot. And their guy was good, and he kept us off balance. He threw that slider, and we chased it a lot, and so that's disappointing. I'm glad we got the 2 runs there at the last, but dadgum, every one of them counts, and so we got to keep fighting every inning, and the guys are working at it.
Tough start for Lucas Davenport, but your bullpen really battled and gave you some good innings to keep you in it.
Yeah, RJ did a nice job, and then Charlie, battled through that after he struggled with the walks and came up with the big strikeout. So the bullpen did a nice job. Gave us 3 innings of really scoreless ball to keep us in it, give us chances offensively to do it. This is an offensive place. We're going to have to hit to win. We're going to have to out-hit them to win. And we talked about that, before the game, and that's exactly how this is.
Curious, we could tell that sun was really impacting the field. How big was Dylan Perez's just kind of stick-to-itiveness out there tonight?
He was really good on those 2 balls earlier in the game. I mean, it's as difficult as anywhere in the country. It's setting right behind home plate back here. It's low. There's nothing in between it. It's a high sky. There's a whole lot of tough there, and Dylan really fought those balls hard twice. It's a play where, we lost a line drive right at the shortstop, and have no chance to do it, and there's another one. We're throwing a ball back from the catcher to the pitcher, and our pitcher can't see the ball, so that's how low it is. It's not like it's there's just no background here, no backdrop here, and the sun's really setting back here behind home plate a little bit.
Only 7 rows of seats behind you there. Coach, final question for you. Brady Janiusek kind of pulled you back there in the 9th inning. Max Muncy's freshman home record has stood for 16 years, a guy you recruited to Baylor, and now what does it mean to see another guy you recruited here to Baylor break that?
Yeah, I'm happy for Brady. He's had a great freshman year for us, and for him to get 12 is a really, really great testament to him and his work ethic, and it does remind you of the great Max Muncy and how great he was, and it says good things about where we hope Brady's going to keep going here in the next couple of years.
Well, Coach, an opportunity to even the series tomorrow. Go get him.
Yeah, we got to get back in it, and we'll have to pitch better to do it, and that's what we'll be working on, okay?
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it. Head Coach Mitch Thompson, Tom, with his post-game thoughts. We'll throw it back upstairs to you.
All right, thanks so much, Derek. As the post-game show rolls along here, the Bears drop an 8-7 decision to the Utah Utes with the line. Let's give you the line here. It's 8 runs, 14 hits, no errors for Utah. 7 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors, and 7 men left on base for the Bears. The winning pitcher is Coulter McAnally. He's now 3-7. The save goes to Justin Abercrombie, his third. The loss goes to Lucas Davenport. He's now 5-4 on the season. With the win, the Utah Utes improved to 26-22 overall, and they are now 12-16 in the Big 12. The Bears dropped to 26-26 overall. They also were 12-16 in Big 12 competition. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at the scoreboard from around the Big 12. We'll do that when Bears baseball continues on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Hey there, campers! It's Jan from Toyota. Time to pack your bags and buckle your seatbelts because this summer we're headed to Camp Toyota. And the fun starts now! We're kicking things off by kicking up mud. Jump in, campers. We're going off-roading in a powerful new 4Runner. Next, we're heading to the hot springs in a spacious Sequoia.
Jan, what is that smell?
Sulfur stinks. Now we're hitting the hiking trails in a rugged Grand Highlander. And finally, park your Tundras and Tacomas around the campfire because we're roasting marshmallows. Don't worry if you burn a few, folks. I brought a truckload. Your summer starts here.
Right now, qualified buyers get 2.99% APR financing for 72 months, plus $1,000 subvention cash on a new 2026 Tundra. Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Event ends June 1st. Toyota, let's go places.
Do you want to earn points while cheering on your favorite Baylor teams? Join Baylor Bold Rewards. Track your attendance on the Baylor Sports app across athletic events and earn points towards prizes and experiences. Download the Baylor Sports app or register online today at BaylorBoldRewards.com and start earning your points today.
Baylor fans, ready to keep it cool this season? Ice and Easy delivers premium ice lightning fast. From tailgates to restaurants, construction sites, concerts, and races, Ice and Easy has you covered. Game day or work day, keep your drinks cold and your spirits bold. Ice and Easy, we deliver, you chill. Proud supporter of the Baylor Bears.
First break or the second? First.
One more break to go.
To Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Our postgame show tonight brought to you in part by the Greater Waco Chamber of Commerce. Whether you are a member business or considering membership, optimize the opportunity to gather and grow your business with us. Go to wacochamber.com/activate to explore the benefits of membership. Bears lose it tonight 8-7. Let's go around the Big 12 and let you know what's happened on this final weekend of Big 12 conference play. Games that are still in action, only one other game that is still going on tonight, and that is down in Provo where the Kansas Jayhawks lead BYU 7-6. That game is in the top of the 8th down in Provo. 7-6, 14th ranked Kansas, as the Jayhawks are trying to win so they can secure a conference championship. It looked like 10 days ago that they were on easy street to run away with the Big 12 title, but West Virginia wins tonight, and Kansas is in a dogfight with BYU 7-6 in the top of the 8th inning. We mentioned that West Virginia did win tonight, and they did win handily over, well, not handily, but they do win it over TCU in Morgantown, 2-0 the final there. So West Virginia is a winner tonight over the Frogs of TCU. Cincinnati run rules Texas Tech 13-1. That game only took 7 innings to play as the Bearcats win it over the Red Raiders in Cincinnati tonight, 13-1. UCF defeats Kansas State 10-6, so the Knights continue to roll. Oklahoma State drops a 7-4 decision to the Arizona Wildcats. So Arizona a winner tonight over Oklahoma State 7-4. And then finally the Sun Devils of Arizona State win it over Houston 4-3, the final there. Here it is 8-7. The Utes a winner over the Baylor Bears on this opening night of this 3-game series. These same two teams tomorrow night here in Salt Lake City at America First Ballpark. We'll take a break. When we come back, Derek will rejoin us, and we'll wrap it up and look ahead to tomorrow night. We'll do that when Bears baseball continues on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
At Baylor Scott & White McLean Children's, you'll find the care your child deserves and trusted expertise to set your mind at ease. With a network of convenient pediatric primary and specialty care clinics and an advanced medical center, they offer a full range of pediatric care close to home. Learn more at bswhealth.com/McLean-Children's. That's bswhealth.com/McLean-Children's.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar, the better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Listen to that endless pour. Pure refreshment. If it sounds this good, just imagine how it tastes. Oh yeah, so good. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
Are you tired of slow internet? Are data caps and throttling making it impossible to stream your favorite shows and movies? If so, it sounds like it's time to switch to Nextlink Internet. With Nextlink, there are no data caps and no throttling, just super fast internet speeds, up to 1 gig over wireless in some areas. Plus, Nextlink is an official partner of Baylor Athletics. So don't wait another minute. Give Nextlink a call or go online to nextlinkinternet.com to see what special offers are available to you. Blazing fast internet is just a click or phone call away. Sick 'em, Bears!
If you need a trailer, Flat Rock Trailers has got you covered. From light-duty single-axle utility trailers to the big Tex tandem duals. We also carry a full line of enclosed cargo trailers. Need a motorcycle trailer? We've got them. Need a dump trailer? We've got the largest selection in the state. Oil field trailers? We carry a full line of big Tex trailers to handle all your needs. Trailer repairs? We repair all makes and models. We'll even rent you a trailer if you need to use one for a day. Flat Rock Trailers, your #1 source for all your trailer needs. Find us at flatrocktrailers.com.
From the Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Studios, this is KRZI Waco, K222DC Waco, K265DV Temple, ESPN Central Texas.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Back here in Salt Lake City, where the Bears are edged by Utah tonight by an 8-7 score. Baylor led twice in this game. It was a game that saw 3 different lead changes and a couple of ties, but ultimately goes the way of the Utah Utes, 8-7. 4 home runs in the game. Baylor hit 4 home runs on Sunday against UCF, which was a season high, and then match it a game later. The most notable, Brady Janusek, his 12th of the year, setting a new freshman single-season home run record. But it wasn't enough tonight as the home team, the Utes, win the game 8-7 as the Bears will try to even it up tomorrow. It will be sophomore right-hander Zach Wallace on the mound, 5-4, a 5.73, 4-5 rather, a 5.74 ERA versus Peyton Riskey. He is 4-3, a 5.98 earned run average. Baylor now 26-26, 12-16 in Big 12 play, and Tom, it's just all about, we said we want to get off to a strong start and then finish strong. That's the way you kind of think of in the last series of the season. You couldn't get off to a strong start tonight, but you can still try to finish this regular season strong. And, boy, to do so, you're going to need to find a way to even this up tomorrow.
Yeah, you've got an opportunity. You still have an opportunity. Those opportunities are dwindling in a hurry, but you have an opportunity to still win the series. Now, what's it going to take? It's going to take 18 innings of really good baseball. In today's game, Derek, I mean, there were so many. It was strange to me in so many different ways. You've got 15 runs on the board. The Bears have 7 runs on the board. They hit 4 home runs in the game, but there was a window there where they strike out 15 times. I mean, it was either feast or it was famine offensively for the club. And, again, you didn't get the start that you needed to get from Davenport in your Friday night start. You did what you needed to do against their starter. You ran his pitch count up. You got him out of the ball game. You did those type of things, but you just didn't do enough in the middle innings to win the ball game. And that's kind of where the game was won by Utah, is in those middle innings. I think they kind of took care of their business. You'd pointed out at one time that they had not struck out, not one time in those middle innings. I mean, so even when they weren't having – quote, productive at bats, they were putting the ball in play and giving themselves a chance, and that's what the Bears weren't doing in the ball game tonight.
Well, and you look, Utah, it's been a good hitting team, especially at home all year long, so that's not shocking. But they have struggled on the mound, and the Bears will need to make them look like that a little bit more tomorrow. Like we said, they started strong, they finished strong, but at one point, 15 in a row retired between the 4th and the 9th inning. Zach Wallace coming off of a rough start, his worst of the year as a Bear, but he's shown an ability to bounce back. He'll try to do so tomorrow. Again, it'll be a 7:05 first pitch here. We'll be on the air at 6:45. We hope you can join us then. Again, the final tonight, Utah 8, Baylor 7 in this series opener. We appreciate you being with us. Thanks to our producer, Van Goodall, back at our studios in Waco. Speaking for him and Tom Barfield, I'm Derek Smith. Appreciate you being with us. We'll talk to you tomorrow from Salt Lake City.
You've been listening